My hair looks strange today. My hair is growing back way too fast, dude. Like, I just got this cut. Look at this, bro. It's not even a fade anymore. What's going on with me, bro? Got that COVID haircut, bro. Ain't had a haircut in like 2 weeks, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Y'all let me come on stream like this? Come on, guys. Thought y'all had my back. Over here letting me look like a pickaninny on stream. That's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all do your boy like that. Actually do your boy like that. He's not in the void this time. What is poppin'? I see y'all. Guardian Fairy, Cunning Smile, Zombie Feline, Tuba. What's poppin'? See my cousin Jason in the chat too. What's poppin'? My boy Jay. What's nice to see you as always. Brad is in the chat. Britt, of course, is in the chat. I don't even have to look. I knew Britt was in here. What's poppin'? Evil Defender. What's good? Good to see you in here. Luwu. I think I pronounced that correctly. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Roy Garza, what's poppin'? It's good to see you. Monisha's in the chat as always. Corey Coleman has arrived. Good looks. Inzine, what's poppin'? Another stream. It's literally 1:30 a.m. here in England. Desperately need sleep. Can't wait to catch up when it's done, though. Of course, as always. Usually, as long as you have the link to the stream, which of course will always be in Discord, you'll see it on the community tab, because I normally post on the community tab when I go live. Any of those things, you can always just click it. The stream, depending on what we talk about this stream, it might even go live, because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I've been real lazy recently. Like, that video should have been done, but like, I'm like, they love streams, you know. It gives me a chance to, you know, talk with them and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, they'll be alright. But I need to shake it off. I need to shake it off and get back into video flows. Y'all love the streams because, you know, you get to interact, but your boy, I can't be slacking. Well, you know, we come too far to start slacking now. I can't be doing that. I'm not as disrespectful to y'all. I can't do y'all like that. I will not do y'all like that. Y'all deserve better. Y'all deserve better. So I will be better. What's poppin'? We're almost at 20 likes already. Ain't even been, we just been live for 5 minutes. What's poppin'? Young Star Road, what's poppin'? Brandon Morrison, awesome. You did catch the stream. Hey, we only 5 minutes in, so you're right on time. What's poppin'? Yara Palin, what's poppin'? It's good to see you again. Jason Vaughn, good to see you again. Jim the Grapple is here again, once again. I appreciate all your love and support last stream. Thank you. Joseph Immordino. Shout out to Steins Gate. Shout out to Steins Gate, the best anime. These are two of the best animes ever made. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Steins Gate. I know, again, I just did the reverse thing, like I said in that one video. I can't help it. You guys are seeing me like, for you, it looks like I'm raising my left hand. This is my right hand, you know? And again, you can kind of see the wall shift I was telling you about. Like, this looks like it's higher than others. It looks like my wall is falling down and my posters are all slanted. I promise you they're straight. Like, I use the meter thing, the meter stick and everything. I promise you it's straight. But the wall is slanted, so it looks like that because of the camera and the actual monitor is slanted. I'm an expert at Kingdom Hearts. Hey, well, we'll need you this stream, Corey. What's poppin'? Did you get my Twitter DM about Edora's Gate and Final Fantasy Peasant info on Versus? Yes, I believe I did get your DM. Sorry. If I don't respond to DMs on Twitter, it's probably because it kind of gets a little backed up, especially after yesterday. You guys went hard with like everything yesterday. So one, I appreciate that. And two, it's like I kind of got backed up. I started responding to a lot of you guys' snaps and DMs on Twitter and Instagram. So much love to all you guys who did that. And Brett, I see you for tweeting out the stream. Much love. I appreciate you. Mujitaba, welcome to the stream. Can I smile really quick? I look forward to your theory. Who do you think the Master of Masters is? I think the Master of Masters is his own original character, and he's going to be quite a handsome fellow. I need to shave. Y'all letting me come on stream like this, bro? Oh my goodness, bro. Someone's gonna tell me, bro, that's why your beard lines don't connect, bro. If someone says that to me, I will literally, you won't see me again. I promise you won't see me again, bro. I'm be real. You're not gonna see me again. I watched the visual novel Steins Gate and the anime. Awesome. I got into Steins Gate through the visual novel as well. And I love Steins Gate. It's literally my favorite series ever. Okabe Rintaro, that man in the lab coat, he is literally my favorite character. He's my favorite protagonist in any media. The next one would probably be Johnny Joestar right here. You can't see because of the obvious glare, but he's a goat. He's a goat. I appreciate you taking the time to read and respond. I'll try to keep up because if you guys remember yesterday's stream, I was kind of like an hour behind, so much so that the YouTube chat kept disappearing and I literally couldn't go back and read the ones I missed. I do think the Master Master is a new character, but what do you think he looks like? He's probably going to be a more Japanese fellow. I'm sure he's not going to be black. I mean, that'd be cool if he was black. Not going to lie, there's a lot of colored villains in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, you see it. I mean, I'm colored. You know, I like color in, you know, my series, you know, what's popping. So, hey, I mean, if he was colored, you know, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Not saying I think he is, but I wouldn't mind. Not that it matters, of course, but, you know, if you're asking me what I think he looked like, I'd like him to be, you know, a colored fellow. Maybe some luscious white silverish hair or something. That'd be cool. Have no fear because I am here. All right, All Might, what's poppin'? Very self-conscious, aren't you? Sometimes I'm feeling myself, you know. Sometimes where you know, I'd be like, okay. But other times I'm like, dang, y'all let me go on stream like that. I have fear. Kidding. How's it going? Going pretty good. Honestly, I ate before stream, so I'm doing good. I made sure I had the streamer jug all prepped and ready to go. I got Link watching my back down here, so, you know, I'm good. I decided to have the backdrop today because I was like, people were kind of wanting something in the background yesterday, and I'm just like, that way it doesn't look like I'm just in the void or something. I don't mind being in the void. I thought it was all right, easier on the eyes, but, you know, if you guys end up seeing me put on the glasses, that's why, because I'm just like, you know, you guys see just normal. It looks like my light's on in my room. My ceiling light isn't even actually on. It's just a giant lamp in front of, you know, like right behind my monitors. So like if I were to turn that off, you would only like be able to see my teeth, bro. I'm telling you, it'd be dark in here. In my opinion, the Master is Nomura himself. I mean, even if he was Nomura himself, that still would kind of make him an original character, because I don't think he has a self-insert in the character already. I hope he's a new character. Lucia being Xigbar was cool, but doing that twice would be boring. I understand that as well. Do you think the Final Fantasy characters are originally from the fictional world? Could maybe Cloud and Sephiroth be there now? I wouldn't be surprised. If they end up making to where the fictional world is kind of where Final Fantasy characters are from in this series, I would not mind. I think it would make sense. And that opens up new portals to where they can do for other properties. So literally, it does nothing but help the series. So especially if they make it easier to actually access that other realm. So I think that'd be great. So are we thinking like Naruto with the Otsutsuki, aliens, but more in the context of KH and Avatar and embodiment of light itself? I'm thinking more of an embodiment of light itself. I don't necessarily think the Master is a good guy, but then again, just because you're a being of light, that doesn't necessarily make you a good guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, you may be a good guy, but that doesn't necessarily mean you are a good guy, you know? It'd be funny if the Master of Masters was a female. Why not? Ray Chase could probably pull off a female voice, you know? I don't think so, Joey. I think Yozora is Riku's descendant because Yozora could have the body that he is in now. Well, I'm pretty sure Riku doesn't have any kids, so I don't think he has any descendants. But unless you mean vice versa or something, or you're just implying that Yozora is, you know, Riku's like grandson from the future or something. There's really like no evidence to really prove that though, so it's like there's no real way. What's up, Will? Explains the whole godliness of the Master's moves. That also depends on what's the full out capabilities of a Keyblade Master. You know, what exactly is a Keyblade Master fully capable of? If a Keyblade Master is able to defy the laws of physics, then that makes sense. That would make sense. That's what I'm assuming. I mean, we already seen the Foretellers defy the laws of physics. So they time walked literally from whatever point in time they were to the epilogue of Kingdom Hearts 3. that completely contradicts what they even said in the same game you're able to do with time travel. Bro, I gotta promote this stream. Hey, if y'all haven't already, send this stream out to one homie. I know y'all got one homie. I don't care if it's your dog. Come on now. Let's see if we can hit 100 viewers in this stream again. That'd be beautiful. Bro, I'm looking for my case. Where you guys have Bluetooth headphones, and you have the little carrying case it comes in. I have no idea, and I just got one earbud just chilling out here. No idea where the other one is. I got my inhaler right here. I got my glasses here. They're all usually right there, but it's not, so I don't know what's going on there. Already getting behind. You know what happens. In verse 13, when you're on the verge of death and surrounded by others who have just recently died, you get to see souls go through Eteros Gate. That's just even glowing red eyes and powers. Depends on if they're going to go some or similar. You know, it's very reminiscent of the nightmare from Dream Drop Distance. There's more to light than meets the eye, for sure. But is that a good thing or a bad thing? Should I put on the headphones? I'm not going to put on the headphones right now. I'm feeling like I got to put on my glasses. You guys said that you guys like the glasses. Part of me, I'm not sure if y'all prefer the glasses look. Am I a little too vanilla with the glasses off or what? So if you see me squinting again, I'm sorry. It's because I don't know what it is. My eyes have been like tripping. My vision's fine, but it constantly feels like there's something in my eye. Could Enix be Virum Rex Prompto? Probably not, especially because we've kind of already seen the equivalents of those characters in the Virum Rex trailer, and none of them look like Demix. So, not too sure. What if the world of fiction is the whole mass of the universe, and the world we know in Kingdom Hearts is a broken off piece of the lost world? That would depend on what you can really consider fiction. The world of fiction in Kingdom Hearts is only fiction when you think of the terms of reality as their own reality. People who live in a specific reality consider anything outside of theirs to be an alternate reality, or even a world of fiction. The world of Kingdom Hearts probably wouldn't make sense to someone who's not from that kind of universe. So, like to us, Kingdom Hearts is the world of fiction. So I can understand why it would be a world of fiction to other people as well. So I think it all just depends on perspective. I think everything is a world of fiction dependent on who's asking. So it all depends on where you're from. What's good, man? What's up, Moose Wayne? Hey, 50 viewers. What's poppin'? I appreciate y'all. Let's see if we can get 50 likes in here. And hey, if you don't know if you like the stream yet, hey, let me prove myself. I got no problem with that. It's poppin'. Just Phoenix. I think a better way to talk about the Master is he a good guy? But that doesn't mean he's on our side. I mean, that's exactly how I've kind of been promoting it. Just because he's, maybe not a bad guy. He may not be somebody who we actually have to fight one day, but he may just be willing to do not that great things, because of it. So some people are willing to do like Ericus. Ericus was willing to kill Ventus, commit murder, just to stop, the Keyblade from being forged. And again, murder is a bad thing. If you didn't know, murder is a bad thing. So it's like even within that world of Kingdom Hearts, even Terra, who had already been struggling with dark tendencies, was like, Master, have you gone mad? And it's just like, and Ventus at this point, seeing the people he loves fight and stuff, especially when it's mainly over him, he was just willing to accept death at that point. This is like a kid, bro. It's still, that's crazy. I think the light embodiment would have multiple vessels like darkness. I completely agree. If they put more time travel in this, it's going to get more wibbly wobbly, timey wimey than ever. Doctor Who reference. I love it. I'm telling you, I'm cultured, bro. It makes it, you guys might not think so, but I'm pretty cultured. I know a lot of stuff. Doctor Who is GOAT. It's a GOAT. So let's go through Eteros Gate and Hearts go to Kingdom Hearts. So I hope it plays a good substitute for it, since Namar can use the lore from Ben. Whatever he ends up doing, I'm sure it'll end up being good. The Master of Masters is God and Yozora is the devil. What makes you think so? A lot of people compare and contrast the two. They are two very interesting characters, but honestly, I feel like we don't know enough about Yozora to even kind of determine that yet. Dogs can't use a computer. Have you been watching Dog with a Blog? You've been watching Dog with a Blog, haven't you? I haven't heard of that in a while. I want to know how the Masters and Xehanort got Demyx and Luxor from that fiction world. That would depend on if Demyx is actually from that world. It makes more sense that Luxor would be from that world, as we kind of been hinted towards that already. All we know is that Demyx has ties to ancient Keyblade wielders. That's all we know. That doesn't mean nothing about him being from the world of fiction. Do you think with the introduction of the fictional world that they're going to introduce a real world? Maybe KH games will be played are the fairy tale world? Probably not. Again, kind of depends on perspectives. Anything would seem like a fairy tale depending on where your reality is centered. You know, when you got talking dogs and, you know, royal mice, you know, anything probably seems weird. Yozora might see Goofy and be like, what the freak, bro? Like, if that dog is, you know, a captain of the King's Royal Knights, then why do you also have a dog as a pet? What's going on here? That seems like a fantasy world to me. So it's like, but at the same time, you got these all giant toy-like robots going on, doing all this magical wumbo jumbo. That seems fantasy enough to me in reality as well. So it's like, it all depends on perspective. If the Master of Masters is light, I wonder if he has a connection to the Darkness character. They might be two sides of the same coin. Yozora could have been Riku's nobody when he became Ansem, who is a Heartless. But Riku's heart was never released, though, like Sora's was, and a lot of other people's were. So it wouldn't really make much sense for him to have a nobody. Do what you want, your choice. Not too sure what that was referring to, because I'm kind of late, but you know. Actually, Xehanort armored form in Kingdom Hearts 3 appears like Bahamut, the contradictory god of the occult. Do you think the next game will be Yozora's game? I do think so. I do think that they will do that, but it will also be a big tie-in to the ending of Melody of Memory. Yo, everyone, when the Master of Masters takes his hood off, it's gonna be KingdomAce, bro. I'm telling you, when you see this face underneath that hood, bro, I want everybody to tweet at me their reaction. Like, I'm not trying to plug, but KingdomAce _. But when you see this face underneath there, hey, that's gonna be clean. The realm of light, dark, and between are the main reality and dimensions the characters know of. If they find a world not playing by those rules, it's fiction to them. Of course, any world that doesn't play by the laws of reality that you know, it would be considered fiction. Like if we saw a world that doesn't abide by our own current laws of physics, we would consider that fictional. And I'm sure the same goes for Kingdom Hearts. Since Virum Rex isn't versus 13, I know Nomura won't use the lore, but we know he is using unused assets from his vision, so hopefully the door to Kingdom Hearts will play the same role as the gate. We'll have to see, and both need a massive amount of heart soul to open. Since Virum Rex isn't versus, okay, I just read that. I want to get your opinion on something. I'm thinking, going off on Yozora being alternate universe Sora, that Yozora got where he is because he was also misused his version of the power of waking. There's more evidence to assume that he is tied to Sora that way. I've even made a video on the topic. Not necessarily saying they're the same character, but there is evidence to believe that's the case. So I wouldn't be too surprised if that ended up being the case, but I'm not too sure he's there for that reasoning. Again, we don't know enough about Yozora to fully grasp what's really going on centering around him. That's why we need a Kingdom Hearts Virum Rex. That can also be used to jump world lines, Keyblade War. Not necessarily. If you're referring to how the player character was able to still get to the realm of the Unchained during, even though they participated in the Keyblade War, that was mainly because the gate, between realms was opened, and Skuld and Ephemer had invited them in. That was the only other way. I don't think it can be done vice versa. I don't think death would also be a way to do that, unless you're referring to something I'm not remembering correctly right now off the top of my head. Yozora could be Riku's Heartless from when he became nobody's Heartless. Go back. Go back. Where did I miss? So wait, I thought that was the first time to do their outfits. Yeah, I always wonder why no one when holy crap, a talking duck. I don't know a lot about this FNC stuff added into Cage if you look close enough. KingdomAce equals Master, Masters confirm. I'm honestly surprised, Will. Hey, what's up, Lauren? The gate gave him the red eyes and the dream powers he has. Hold up, guys. Give him time to catch up. Hey, hey, don't even worry about it. I'm good. I got you. I'm thinking the Master Masters is an alternate universe of Sora, where that was there at the genesis of creation. What makes you think so? No, but that's Anime Mafia. That still doesn't classify as having his heart released, though. It's the action of that would really have his nobody created, which didn't happen to him. So we've seen that darkness can shapeshift, but has it been established if Ava can also? I remember hearing she shapeshifts into the main character's union leader in Key Browser base. I don't recall that ever happening, and I remember being caught up to date with Key Browser, and I don't recall Ava ever being able to shapeshift. Never, not once. But darkness most certainly could. Why do we think Nomura chose the name Quadratum? Because it also means square. I've always thought that Ava can shapeshift too. She could always assume the form of darkness to counter whatever manipulations the actual darkness is pulling and vice versa. But what would lead you to believe so? Even though he got the red eyes and the dream powers from the gate, he already has his own magic from his family's kingdom's crystals, just like how they did in 15. Yozora is a fantasy character based on Sora who is real. Have you seen the new The World Ends With You countdown site? It's hopefully an announcement for The World Ends With You too. I hope they have a tie-in somewhere with Sora considering where he is. I would love that, Panda. I think that would be awesome. Especially if you guys have seen the new story. If you've seen the new story update for the Switch version of the game. That's funny. I saw a funny tweet. We question who the master is, but we don't ask what he is. I asked what he is. Ava has been shown to be able to shapeshift a few times in Union Cross. Has she, though? Someone could provide actual evidence that she's capable of doing that. I'd love to see it. She didn't, you had to fight her. Could Xehanort be related to the player, or Ansem give him those dreams to go to Scala? Not too sure. There's not little evidence to really prove that, or lead us to believe that. That might explain why Yozora has two eye colors. It's when he visits the main character while they're asleep. I can try and find the scene if I'm allowed to post links in here. You should be allowed to post links in here, and if not, it'll check it by me, and I can just allow it. So go wild. Any thoughts on why Yozora and Riku have the same outfit? I think Nomura just likes plaid. And they're not really the same outfit. One is just primarily black with plaid, and Riku has a bit more grayish black with some yellow and plaid. But Sora has pretty similar outfit as well. His is just more red, gray, and plaid. So, question is unanswered. The world of fiction might be a battle of chaos and order instead of dark and light. That'd be cool. What's your thoughts on when Yensid said that it's known knowledge that the ancient Kingdom Masters were able to travel to the fictional world? I'd believe it. They can already defy the laws of physics as it is, so adding one more thing to their capabilities doesn't really faze me that much. It's probably going to play into something, but you know. Lucio mentions in the secret reports that after the Keyblade War, the Dandelions jumped to another world line, one without a Keyblade War. That was because Ava had taken them to that other realm. That was the whole point of having the Dandelions in the first place. So you don't necessarily need a war to have them travel to another world line, as they were taken there. Now, the method of taking them there, we never knew. We were never told how she actually did that, though. really curious about in Kingdom Hearts 3's ending, when Lucio, aka Zigbar, said that Ava couldn't make it after he told Ava the role he gave her in the past. Pretty sure Ava didn't end up coming in the epilogue because she defied the Master by switching up what was supposed to go on for the Union leaders. We ponder and ponder while Nomura laughs at us. That's his favorite pastime. You think Ragna and Sora have parallels to each other? Probably not, but possibly. I've been speculating lately that Braig's Lucio was Norted birth by sleep, allowing Xehanort to allow darkness and Xehanort to gain access to Lucio's memories. Therefore, he has all his knowledge and access to it. All of his memories and thus ability to traverse his memories too. Well, I don't know necessarily if he had did that back then. Him having yellow eyes could just possibly insinuate that his heart still belongs to darkness regardless. So yellow eyes doesn't fully just relate you to Xehanort. It could just be because this is a being of darkness. I wonder what our first meeting with the Master of Masters or the Foretellers will be like. It'd be cool. Sure, it'd be cool. There's a lot more to unpack there, but it's still the basic gist. I understand, Kate. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Welcome to all the new people that came into the stream. It's popping. If you guys are enjoying the stream, hit the like button for your boy. See if we can get 50 likes on this stream. Note that Yozora's red phasing is similar to Noxus's blue phasing, but if you look closely enough at his abilities, don't seem to be magic, but produced by technology. Even as DM, your thoughts on this? Well, that's what I kind of said when I did my video on Yozora after Remind Head came out. I think Yozora's abilities are more technological based, especially if you look at his moves and stuff, and aren't really fully reliant on magic. So I think that's a cool concept because everything is magic based, so it kind of makes it not as, I guess, special if it were to just be another kind of magic. And even at the end of the day, science fiction just becomes magic at the end of the day, depending on how far you go with it. So those moves, science don't really explain that, so it's still kind of just magic. But at the end of the day, it's still cool because it's visibly different. Is Maleficent a part of the Master's plan? That's the question we need answered, or is she a wild card? She's most certainly a wild card. I don't think that they fully are aware of everything that she was really supposed to do, and I'm pretty sure she's kind of caught them by surprise by some of her interferences. But I also know that everything she's done, it's also expected in a way. It's like the only person who realizes it is the Master because he was able to see the future. Lucio has had no book of prophecies, so any interruption she may have caused, when whatever life that might have been, wasn't really known to Lucio because he didn't know ahead of time, as he doesn't have the book of prophecies. You think Xehanort is still going to have a role in the next phase of Kingdom Hearts? Unlikely, but I think his influence will still be a factor. Xehanort has deeply affected the lives of many of the characters, almost every character in the Kingdom Hearts series. So I don't think he will be someone who isn't brought up a lot. So if that means anything. So I don't think he's going to be directly tied to it in terms of him being there and everything, or he's going to be a central focus, but a lot of what he did is going to help lead up to what's to come. So in that sense, that's what I believe. I thought it was really weird when Jens had mentioned knowledge of the ancient Keyblade Masters. If they were so well known, then you'd think that Xehanort would have been more knowledgeable when he met the Master of Masters. But then again, the Master of Masters is one of the most unknown of all of the ancient masters. They're aware of his existence, but then again, the main ones that people knew were the Foretellers, as they were the ones who directly ruled over, the original Daybreak Town itself. So that would kind of make sense. So Ventus has his memories back in his Chirithy, so does he remember that he killed Strelitzia. That doesn't necessarily mean Ventus has his memory back. He did end up reuniting with his Chirithy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he got his memory back. We've seen no evidence to actually prove he specifically has his memory back. So, getting a little thirsty. We're talking a lot right now. Been half an hour. Woo! Woo! Hit the spot. I'm wearing my Final Fantasy shirt. We good, bro. I thought I got freaking water on myself. That suck. What if Darkness and Union Cross is Vanitas or someone more powerful than him? I wouldn't be surprised if it was someone more powerful than him, but I highly, highly doubt it's Vanitas, because Vanitas was not created yet. And there isn't a version of him waiting at the destination, unless you call Ventus a version of him, but at the end of the day, he's kind of become his own being. So I doubt that would really count. Not anymore. Darkness is many beings, so I don't necessarily think that Darkness from Unicross has to be Vanitas. It doesn't really make so much sense to be it. And I also think that even if it was Vanitas, it wouldn't matter. I don't think that would play into anything, because what does that change? It's still Darkness. A being named Darkness still needs to be destroyed, so, or it needs to be confronted at least. Yeah, Lucio knows about Maleficent. Hard not to. I just chalk all of Yozora's moves up to nanotech, or like that stuff used by the Tinkerer and Miles Morales. You're right. I think Xehanort will play his part as far as his research in flashbacks, like how his research into fictional worlds helped Kairi in Melody of Memory. But Xehanort himself has passed on. Wait, could Darkness be a collective will of the Heartless? Probably not. I don't think so, because I don't think that would really benefit anything, because the Heartless are erratic and act on their own anyway. So it would make more sense for Darkness to be a sentient being of darkness itself. There are beings of light. A lot of people consider animals and things like that part of nature, full beings of light, as they fully originate from this point. I mean, humans aren't really beings of light, even if they were born in the realm of light, because all humans are born with light and darkness in their heart. That's why they have the freedom to choose. But it would make sense if there were other sentient beings who are born from darkness. What if part of the secret ending of Dark Road shows Lucio possessing Braig? That'd be awesome. Be awesome. By now, Lucio should. I have no doubt that we'll end up seeing Lucio in some aspect in Dark Road, probably by the end of it. I'm hoping Dark Road doesn't go on too long, honestly, just because I feel like there's a story that can be told with Dark Road, and I'm hoping that it doesn't go on too long, because there's more things they gotta do. I know they're just kind of giving us more content, and I'm totally down with that. Honestly, everything Dark Road is slapped, but it's still, you know, there are other things they can focus on at the same time. 72 viewers, what's poppin'? But imagine if Xehanort doesn't know who the Master of Masters is directly. If someone tells you they are one of the Lost Masters and you know who the Lost Masters are, wouldn't that strike a chord? And I'm sure it did. Based off his reaction, I'm sure it did. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he knew which one they were. Honestly, the names of the foretellers could have been lost to time. We've never even heard that they're even aware of the specific names of each of the foretellers. We just know of Lost Masters. Of course, he could have just told him, okay, well, I mean, obviously, but Xehanort obviously showed some type of reaction to it, though. So, bro, I might have to put my glasses on. Turn this off of me. This fan is getting in my eyes. Could Darkness be the first unverse created by Vanitas subconsciously? Very unlikely. Darkness, all unverse display the unverse symbol of themselves. And every time we've seen Darkness, we've never seen him with an unverse symbol. So I would completely not agree with that. And it just doesn't look right. I don't believe that at all. Vanitas could be an offshoot of Darkness, similar to Naraku's incarnations, possibly. But I still just think it's a coincidence. Vanitas is also a pure being of darkness, just like Darkness from Unicross is a pure being of darkness. So is the final world basically a clearinghouse for all dimensions realities where everyone goes before proceeding on to the afterlife? No, they actually, based off how the fairy godmother had said it, it was more of, this is the afterlife. This is a place of waiting before the afterlife, because the afterlife actually hasn't come yet for everybody who's in the final world. This is mainly just a place for people who have died but can't pass on properly. So these people may have regrets, you know, and things that they left behind that they couldn't move past, and their hearts kind of rest in the final world. So it's the stage right after death, but before actually getting to the afterlife. telling you right now the Master of Masters is Sora. I completely disagree. But we're all welcome to our own opinions, and at the end of the day, Namora will probably pull something that'll surprise all of us. But we don't know if Xehanort knew the names of the Lost Masters. All anyone refers to them as Lost Masters, Ancient Masters, they never refer to their names. Exactly, Neo. I completely agree. However, the virus, darkness, seems to be in the world line the Dandelions are in. It wasn't supposed to unless Masters knows, but didn't tell Lucio. The thing is, a lot of things in that world line have gone against the plans of the Master of Masters, and a lot of that is due to Ava. Ava directly did the opposite of what the Master of Masters said. He gave her specific instructions to do specific things, and she specifically did different things to change what's meant to happen. And that's likely because the contents of the book might have said what were to happen in that world line, and she might have wanted to avoid that. So maybe that's why. Hey, Ashley Hanradi, thank you so much for subscribing. You are now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. First sub for the day. Hey, appreciate you. Not the same scene when she visits the player sleeping, but isn't this her shape-shifting here too? Should Sora regain his memories of Chain of Memories and they tie that into Unicross with Lauriam and Strelitzia? At the end of the day, would Sora regaining his memories of Chain of Memories actually really affect his relationship with Lauriam too much? At the end of the day, I don't think Sora hates Lauriam or Marluxia really at all, or Elrena. And I think finding out his past, of course, would probably make him sympathize with them. But I think if he found out that he's people from the past anyway, I don't think it would matter. I don't think he necessarily needs his memories of Chain of Memories to become friends with those characters. So, you know, maybe that's just me, but Sora's just kind of person, he's the kind of person that doesn't really necessarily need that. Did Master Xehanort know Lucio took over Braig's body? No. It's very unlikely he knew that Braig was possessed by anybody. He likely met Braig when he was already possessed. I think he possessed the character Braig before Birth by Sleep even happened. So the entirety of the time we've known who Braig is, I'm sure he was already, possessed. Hey, a €5 super chat. Alan Wilkinson. Is it possible the Master of Masters is secretly female, originally named Melody or otherwise? So far, the only person we know from the Master Child is she. I don't know if there's more to that message, but I think it's unlikely the Master of Masters is secretly female, primarily because if they wanted to try to pull a reverse card or something like that and prove that they're actually female, they likely wouldn't have let you ever hear the Master's voice. That's what I really don't think they would do. Not saying that they couldn't identify as a woman or anything, but likely, unless they were going that route specifically, if they wanted to end up again pulling the Uno reverse card and say that the Masters was actually a woman and not a man like we assumed, they likely wouldn't have had Ray Chase voice the character in the key back cover movie. So that's what they likely would have done. So because they voiced them, I don't think they're going to do that. Be cool though. We haven't really had a woman villain yet in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, in terms of main villain, of course we've had, people like Larxene, but I mean like a main villain. That'd be awesome. I love me a good female villain. I already love villains anyway. And whenever you get that rare occasional female villain, it's always awesome. I love it. I just love female characters in games anyway. They're always really raw. I shared the stream for you, my guy. I gotta try and do my part as a new sub. Hey, new hero, I appreciate you. You guys may not realize it, but sharing out the stream on socials, that do be meaning a lot though. It really do be meaning a lot. It do be meaning a lot though. We got over 80 people in here. What's popping? How are you guys? How are you guys? You guys are fantastic. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate that. I will make sure everything I do is worthy of, being in you guys' presence. Um, let's continue. I can't scroll anymore. Did my chat? Oh, my chat. Darkness influenced the darkness in people's hearts to make versions of itself customized to the person. Wouldn't be surprised. Doesn't appear so. Master Xehanort seemed to believe that Braig was someone who just desired the Keyblade. That was a false persona Braig put on to throw off Xehanort. I completely agree, and that makes exactly sense because that's all the role Braig needed to play. That's the only role that he needed Xehanort to believe he was playing, and he's been a loyal person to Xehanort for over a decade. So why would he doubt him later on? Was it Ava or darkness disguised as Ava? It's most certainly darkness disguised as Ava. Most certainly, because we've already had confirmed that darkness has the ability to disguise themselves as different people. Big fan of Steins Gate and Kingdom Hearts. I see you out here. Of course, what is it, Digimon? You know I'm out here. I'm out here with my baby Kurisu, my boy Hoin Kiyoma. You know I'm out here, bro. With the Final Fantasy shirt. Shout out to y'all who are on Snapchat who've seen it first, and Twitter. Twitter's seen it second, though. I can make all... Wait, hold up. It's Light Realm, Dream Realm, Dark Realm, Final World, and Kingdom Hearts. And there's also the realm between. I can make all three of their voices. Whose voices? Do you think they should make VRMX the next game in order to give us a story of what happened to Yozora and sell it for the events of Kingdom Hearts 3? I 1,000,000% believe so. Because at the end of the day, why make Yozora an important character if we don't know nothing about him? That don't make no kind of sense. And I truly believe it would be a bad idea to go on with this Yozora stuff without giving us the proper context to who he is and why we should even care about him. And I think that's a big reason why the Master of Masters is more popular than Yozora, because we don't know Yozora as much. He's cool. We know he's cool. That's about it. And other than that, I mean, there are implications, but at the end of the day, we know the Master more than we know Yozora, and it makes us more interested in the Master of Masters. And I can even tell by my own analytics, when I upload a Master of Masters video, it's going to do better than a Yozora video, even though the Yozora videos do well, but at least that's based off how I've seen for my own analytics. But if you want to see my thoughts on a Kingdom Hearts VRMX, I teamed up with Prodigy XCD. I'm sure y'all know who he is. And we did a video on that together on my channel. So it'll be right there. What'd you do, Shirako? Seeing that get deleted. What happened? Pretty sure the afterlife is Kingdom Hearts. KH said to be where all hearts come from and return to, which sounds like the series works on a cycle of reincarnation. Possible, but we need to know more about Kingdom Hearts in and of itself, though. I'd love to find out more, and I hope Phase 2 of Kingdom Hearts will actually entail that kind of thing. Yeah, secret reports of currents we've never met the real Braig. Makes sense. Yep. My chat refreshed. I'm not that behind this time. Did you see the part where the Master of Masters was talking to Xehanort in the beginning of Remind DLC? There was close up on the hands of the Master in the form of an X. Could that be a clue? Probably not. I'm not too sure what that would insinuate, but then again, you can never fully guess what's going on in Nomura's head. So, I'm not going to act like I'm all up in his spaghetti, but I don't know what's going on in his head fully. I'd like to think that I'm a bit more in there than some other people you may watch on YouTube. But at the end of the day, there's only so much you can speculate, honestly. There just really is. But that's definitely something I want to keep down. I'm putting that over here and ye old Google Drive. Those of you guys who don't know, based on how it worked on the last stream, any great ideas you guys give me, I'm going to put it in the old Google Docs so that I could possibly even have a video made out of it. So, of course, if a video is made out of it, I'm going to make sure your name is included so you get a little shout out. What do you think about Magia and Aegis' relationship with Yozora is like? Probably a similar kind of relationship as it is with the boys of 15, so I wouldn't be surprised. I'd love at least that kind of relationship. They need to balance out Yozora's more serious personality. You think that Luxord is Brain from Kingdom Hearts Union Cross? No. I think Luxord doesn't even hail from this realm. I think he's from the world of fiction. So that's what I believe. Hey, we almost got 100 people in here. Hey, yo, can we get 90 likes on the stream? If we get 90 likes on the stream, I'll give everyone a virtual hug. And hey, if we get 100 viewers, I'll give everyone a virtual hug. And we're closer to that than 100 likes, so. Master's probably found the world of fiction, found out it has no darkness or light, and is using the Book of Prophecies as a blueprint to bring all the light to that world, but no darkness. But why would he want to do that to a realm that that doesn't have those things? Why wouldn't it be easier just for him to redo the world he's currently in? That would certainly be less work. Your eyebrows alone are worthy. You're making me self-conscious, Ashley. I appreciate you. You guys should have seen me. I started the stream and I got my sponge and I'm like, okay. I gotta look all right, because I was looking sloppy in the last stream and ain't nobody said nothing. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I appreciate you. Master, it's been a while, Kairi. Who are you? I've been watching you for a long time. Wait, what? Who are you? I've been watching you for a long time. My name starts with an S. Take a guess. Text off the hood. Sora? That'd be crazy. I'd probably hate it. What about Subject X that Lee and Isa met a few years ago in Birth by Sleep, and in Cage 3 they were talking about her till one day she disappeared, answered the wise apprentices, and Lee and Isa can't find her. That is most certainly Skuld. There is so much information that leads us to believe it is Skuld. I know some disagree with me, but at the end of the day, I have already spent a long time talking about that topic. I 100% believe that it is Skuld. Again, there's a ton of evidence that leads us to believe it is Skuld, and oh, I was like, what is that? Defier of Death. Hey, love the name. What's poppin'? Appreciate you. You are now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. If you want more information about Subject X and my opinion on who she is and where she's at now, I have a video right there. It's actually one of my more enjoyable videos, I guess. That's a video I really enjoyed making. That video is over a year old now, but the info is still 100% relevant. That video has almost got 10,000 views, so I think y'all liked it too. Sure, a lot of people here have actually seen it, so. I bet the game's central station in the Wreck-It Ralph world is related to the fictional world. Maybe it's how the ancient Keyblade masters were able to travel back and forth. I'm not too sure they'll indicate, I'm not too sure they'll include Disney worlds in the plot of how some things of the Kingdom Hearts universe really works. They'll use them as examples of things happening with the worlds, but I don't think they'll use it as a blueprint for such things. Like, I don't think we're gonna be constantly going to Game Central Station just to get between worlds. I don't really see that happening. I mean, they could do it. Disney does own, Kingdom Hearts. Square Enix does not own Kingdom Hearts. Disney owns Kingdom Hearts. So if they said do it, Nomura says yes, sir. So, hey. That's why he places a heart over the moon, because he's eyeballing his project. You never know. The wild card is the restoration of Sora after he fully expires in Quadratum after his defeat by Riku, the Master of Masters, is Sora because when? That whole comment had me completely confused. Well, Master of Masters gave Lucio his role. The black cloak is also his design. He is setting the pieces. A lot of people wear black cloaks, though. A lot of people do. But the reasoning for wearing it is always different. Is Lucio's power over space, Lucio or Brig? I'm not too sure what you mean by that. Is Lucio's power over space, Lucio or Brig? Not too sure what you mean, but Lucio is Brig. What if Subject X is Kairi? Subject X is most certainly not Kairi, because Subject X has been alive for a very long time and refers to an eye patch person saving them. And we know that's not how the story of Kairi went. And she said years had gone by and she has memories of a key and a few friends. And I don't think that really correlates with Kairi whatsoever. Based off Subject X, and even though she has memory loss, the few things she does remember very much coincide with what would be likely for Skuld. That's a good question. Who do you think sent Yozora to save Sora? Now that's a peculiar question. That, I'm not sure. If I were to say who would say to save Sora, it could possibly be someone we know. And if it is someone we know, it would have to be someone who, of course, is aware of Quadratum, which doesn't leave much, different people. Of course, it would be the foretellers, Lushu. But then again, would Lushu actually send someone to save Sora? That would depend on what they need Sora for. I don't think the foretellers had anything to do with it. So I think the most likely candidates are Lushu, Luxord, and the Master of Masters. Those are the only people I can see actually needing to do that. Says the sheep pretending to be a wolf and his hands are a ball to the pelvis, in which is a sign of discomfort in the real world. Sora isn't the OG master. He was overwritten due to time travel that Sora did. There's still not enough evidence to really prove that. As I said in my last stream, the Master of Masters existed in the Age of Fairy Tales, long before the Age of Fairy Tales. As we can already assume, he's been around for a very, very long time. There was even a Keyblade War that no one knows about in the Age of Fairy Tales. The fact that a whole war happened that no one knows about. If a war happened in today's day and age, people would know about it. The whole world would know about it. But the thing is, if a whole Keyblade War happened and no one knows about it, means it must have been significantly long ago. And that's why I say time travel must be involved. And the only thing is, you can only time travel in Kingdom Hearts if there's a version of yourself waiting at the destination. And if Sora, who's a little kid in, birth by sleep, he's only like 5 or 4 in that game. Him being a grown man back then would mean he must have grown up in his normal time and then time traveled back to the past. But there's not a version of himself waiting there. You could say, oh, well, the master is there, but Sora is the master, meaning the master had to be the first one to go there. So that's a bootstrap paradox, which would not happen. As we know, paradoxes are something that must be avoided in Kingdom Hearts because the Master specifically didn't give Lushu a book of prophecies, because he says we can't have you causing any temporal paradoxes, meaning paradoxes are a no-no in that world. Meaning, so unless Sora gets the ability to time walk and, completely disregard the laws of time travel of Kingdom Hearts and go back to the past and live his days as the Master of Masters, then there's no real way to say that's possible. It literally cannot be possible unless that becomes the case. And that's fully possible. In the next game, they can say Sora has the power to travel through time whenever he wants to. They can completely do that, and this theory will completely change. But as of what we know right now, Sora does not have that ability, making it impossible for him as of this moment to ever have been the Master of Masters. And that is completely just the case. There is nothing that can be disputed by that. Hoin Kyobarasa. Subject X was described as 15-year-old during birth by sleep. Kairi was very little at that time. That is a big point that I make in my video about Subject X, spoiler alert. But yes, Subject X is around 15 years old in the time of birth by sleep. So unless Kairi was 15, that we seen in that flashback of Melody and Memory, unless she was 15 during that, it's unlikely that she's Subject X. Now, however, if we're talking Skuld, though, who may have come here from, another world line, just like Vint, who just happens to be around the same age he is in Union Cross, it would make sense. It would very much make sense. Now, you can also say, as I've theorized on the channel before, that Marluxia and Elrena, they came from that world line to a different point in time, which is why they appear to be older than people like Ventus does. So dang, I'm pretty behind. Y'all know what happens when y'all get me talking, bro. Dang, bro, am I that far behind, bro? Bro, all right, hold on, I'm thirsty. Yo, we got 100 viewers in here. What's poppin'? What is poppin'? Let's see if we can get 100 likes on the stream. Oh wait, I said I'd give y'all a virtual hug if we hit 100 viewers. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a virtual hug. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. Hope you guys enjoyed the hug. Now it's okay if we lose some viewers. It's okay. I don't mind. We hit 100 viewers already, so it'd be like that. Said the same thing. Is it possible that Riku and Yozora Riku is Yozora, but through the trials he forgot who he was? We have literally no reason to believe that because there's no real evidence to prove that would be the case as of right now. So as of right now, I would say no. Yozora, considering how important Lingering Will is in the later story as a secret boss, will undoubtedly get more context. I feel Luxord might be the key to that all, considering his relation. Possibly, but as we're not too sure yet. Yozora and Sora met in the nighttime version of the final world right before they fight. Why wouldn't the Nameless Star reach out to Yozora while he was there? Because I don't think they were in the same final world. I think he was in the final world of the other side of the world of fiction. As I said before, they do have different final worlds, and we know that because obviously they compare and contrast. If obviously Yozora was there, he would have reached out to her, or she would have reached out to him. I was like, where is that coming from? It come from my headphones. Jason Nordberg, thank you so much for subscribing. You're now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. And the fairy godmother in Melody of Memory also mentions a similar thing. So they can't necessarily be the same final world, as the Nameless Star shouldn't actually be there. It was special reasoning for why she had ended up there. And that is not a normal thing. You get lost in Nomura's head and probably go crazy given how much of a mad genius that man is. You're completely right. Why does Ventus call Ventus brother, Ventus and Sora brother? Because they technically are brothers. No one in this series is technically as close to those two as Vanitas is. Vanitas could be considering them the brothers because one, he literally shares a face as Sora. You kind of can't get close to somebody as that. If you got somebody who, like, imagine a twin. You having a twin, you'd probably feel pretty close with that twin. You guys look exactly the same. And that's probably as close as y'all can get. And Ventus, he was literally born from Ventus. In a way, he is Ventus. He's Ventus's dark side. You know, the dark aspects of our own hearts. We've all had dark thoughts. And if someone were to rip that darkness out of your heart and make a being out of it, that person would still be you. Even if they're evil, that's still someone you love and care about. That's a brother. They're separate individuals, so they can't necessarily be the same person in their eyes. So I would consider them the next closest thing, and that would be a brother. They're all one and the same, their voices. I mean, I can make Sora, Masters, Yozora have identical voices. I'm sure you could probably mimic their voices, but the voice actors sound nothing alike. Not only goofy, but less childish. I'm definitely checking in here more often. Absolutely newbie to actually deciding into the lore. Just recently finished all the games, including Melody of Memory. Awesome to Fire of Death. I'm glad you ended up catching up. It is a great series. It's a fantastic series. One of my favorites. I wouldn't be surprised if Enix also originates from the world of fiction too, since we haven't seen any clue or sign of him in Unicross. I wouldn't fully be surprised. As far as we know, the world of fiction has nothing to do with Keyblades, and because Demix's past directly comes from a connection with ancient Keyblade wielders, that would lead us to believe he's not really from the world of fiction or a descendant from that, but he more descends from people who were ancient Keyblade masters. He may even be a blue blood. So as far as we know, that's as far as we know about him. But even though we haven't seen that, we still have every reason to believe that. However, we don't have any reason to believe he's from the world of fiction because they haven't really provided us any reason to believe so. My hope is KH4 is the next KH game. I'm gonna be real with you, Caleb. That ain't gonna be the case. I think that would be a very bad idea. I think that would be a very bad idea. One, that breaks Kingdom Hearts tradition anyway. Kingdom Hearts never follows up a numbered title with another numbered title. That would never be the case, primarily just because there needs to be groundwork and building upon the story before a numbered title. Numbered titles are basically supposed to be the culmination of the new data we've received from non-numbered titles. You know, after, getting Birth by Sleep, Recoded, Dream Drop Distance, we all culminated to the next numbered title. That's how it ended up working. And besides, there are other things we need to know before KH4 happens. Who is Yozora? What's the tie between them? That needs its own game. It truly does. If they made KH4 not center around Sora, Kairi, and all of them, it would suck. And if they tried to stuff all that in one game, it would suck. because they would have really bad pacing issues at that point. You might as well make it a separate game. That way you can fully flesh everything out. That's why I'm saying they should not take their time with it. So my theory is that Yozora has mad cake and Sora went to his world to eat it. I mean, we gonna be real here. All right, let me show. Looking good, man. Don't sweat it. Hey, I appreciate it, Tan. My guess is the 2022 game is going to be Riku entering the fictional world to find Sora. Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be the next game after that. Maybe 2024. I highly doubt the next Cage game will be 2024 because when you really think about it, I think it's gonna take more than 2 years to develop the next game. There's gonna be at least 3 years, for sure. And they're definitely going to do at least 2 games before Cage 4. I certainly believe that. One, I feel like they want to get more comfortable with the Unreal Engine as well, and having 2 more games under their belt with that engine would be marvelous for them, especially in terms of compression and optimization and everything as well. We need to fully tie up Yozora and his past and everything that leads up to the Remind DLC. We need all of that, and that in itself is probably a long journey. And we need Riku and everything that Mickey is going to be doing in Scala. So we need all that as well. So that in itself could probably cover 2 games. Not too sure. It might be less for the Riku thing. They'll probably end the Yozora game with seeing Riku above, like at that tower. That might be where it ends, but it would kind of depend on how they pace it. It would fully depend. Make them not meet right away, and the scene where Riku is walking around in Quadratum, that can be after he's been there for a little while. He could have met some people, made some new friends, and discover more about this world, just as he was trying to do in the first place. Find more clues to finding Sora, and in the end, end up hearing about Yozora and end up meeting him towards the end. His 3 Ultimania confirms the Subject X basically confirms the Subject X is Skull. Yeah, I knew that long before that Ultimania, because honestly, if you keep up to date with the Union Cross cutscenes and you really pay close attention to all the secret reports, bro, I'm telling you right now, I analyzed them secret reports so thoroughly, bro. I read that in my free time, bro, not just in recordings. Like I'm telling you, I went over them with friends and everything as well. I'm telling you. When I tell you that Subject X is Skulled, I promise you Subject X is Skulled. I just got here. I have a theory though. Master of Masters is really light. So obsessed with light that he's willing to erase the world to get rid of all darkness, and there is darkness in everyone. I would not be surprised. Seems like something he would do. Also, welcome to the stream. Thanks. Got to get that Persona 3 reference. Hey, I love Persona 3. It's great. I'm waiting for that port, Atlas. I'm waiting for that port. Sponsor your boy. I will most certainly stream it. Yeah, I don't want Cage 4 to be all in the fictional world. Probably won't be. Didn't Cage 3 Ultimania say something about her having black hair? I believe they said dark hair. Which also coincides with her, and not really so much Kairi, unless you could say Kairi has dark red hair. But again, doesn't make sense for it to be Kairi. Kairi was not 15 back then, so. Master of Masters is a blind man because he put his eyes in the gazing eye, no name. Wouldn't be surprised unless he put 1 in there. Master of Masters might be Sora the very first time he lost against Xehanort. In Union Cross, Master of Masters tells Lucio it would take many world resets in order to defeat the darkness. But the thing is, the Master of Masters refers to a past where a Keyblade War has already happened before the Keyblade War that created the Keyblade Graveyard. Sora's past does not contain that. So that completely contradicts the possibility of the Master of Masters being Sora also. Luxord can't be from the fictional world because he's an ancient Keyblade wielder, and VR is recently released game, and stories can only exist at a point in time. It leads me to believe that, and I completely understand that because that is a good point, but it also makes sense too that the Luxord voice actor plays as a character that looks like Luxord, but is driving Yozora around in Yozora's world. So it leads me to believe that there's a reasoning for that. Not too sure. Not too sure. Hey, Shane O'Sullivan. Bro, once explains your stand to me in the PS5 reveal stream. Awesome. Awesome. To see you still doing well. Stay up, brother. I appreciate you, Shane. Good to see you again. I want KH3 to be 4. You want KH3 to be 4 hours long. I could probably beat it in 4 hours. Reflecting on the Soras in the final world is clarification to how many times Sora has had to go through this. Yes and no. They're mainly defined as more accurately to be pieces of Sora's heart. They also represented how many times he's come there. You're right. But the thing is, Sora hasn't always come to the final world when he was defeated by someone. He didn't exactly choose to go there a bunch of the other times, and it kind of just happened. Because the Station of Awakening also technically takes place in the same plane of reality as the final world. And that's what Chirithy mentions. Master of Masters is Tarzan. Nomura wants his gorillas back. This is a long con game to get the rights back. Hey, what's poppin'? Do it. Maybe Luxord is the one who created the story of Virum Rex. What would make you think that, Lauren? Maybe Keyblades are more rare in the world of Virum Rex. Do they exist at all, though? Do we have confirmation of that? My real question, and this is a big simp question with likely the obvious answer, but will we ever see Marluxia again? He's my favorite antagonist, and I'm curious where they can go with him. I'd love to see him again. They specifically made it seem like that he obviously remembered his past when he was dying, so it would make total sense for that to end up happening. Hey, Zamagadon, super chat. Appreciate you, man. Since both Masters and Xehanort probably knew about this other side of reality, do you think they set up Sora to disappear all along? If so, why? It would depend. They probably didn't necessarily know what Sora would end up doing. Because Sora is very impressionable, so they could have said, oh, Sora will do this by himself for sure. But they also probably didn't know, will his friends let him do this by himself? It would kind of just depend. I'm not too sure they knew, but they probably knew was a possibility. But thanks for your super chat. I really appreciate you. You not only just supported me as a creator, but you also supported this community. So much love to you guys for everybody who's donated so far. That really does help me out. Hey, we're at over 100 viewers and we got over 70 likes, bro. Oh my goodness, you guys are fantastic. Thank you. Let's see if we can hit 100 likes. If we hit 100 likes. If we hit 100 likes, I got a surprise for y'all. I know we've been through this, but hey, I got a surprise for y'all. If we get 100 likes, maybe I'll make a thumbnail on screen. I'll probably do what we're doing right now, but I'll probably make a thumbnail for an upcoming video live for you guys. I don't know if you guys are interested in that kind of crap, but if you guys also probably wouldn't prefer me do that and just keep doing what we're doing or something, I don't know. But let me know. Let me know what y'all want at 100 likes. My real question is, okay, yeah, I just read that. A simple question. Subject X might be from the unreality, and that's why Ansem Seeker Darkness captured Diz, Ansem the Wise in Kingdom Hearts 3, so he can try to read the location of unreality in her heart. We have no reason to believe that, but for some reason I want to believe it. Sorry for the bad typos, but at the end of the next game, Sora dies and the wildcard restores him back to his OG self. Something's gonna happen. I'm not too sure what it'll be, but something gonna happen. Something gonna happen. Bro, my throat is on fire, bro. I can't pick it up. We see Kairi has memories of copy of the final world within. Bro, you know when you're so thirsty and you just quench that thirst? That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I just be talking, bro, on these streams. I just be talking, dude. Still think Scold is Subject X. 100% Enrique. Also, in Rechain of Memories, Zexion tells Riku when they met before the Destiny Islands world, that Ansem Shadow and the World of Darkness nests in Riku's heart. New sub. Vain Freedom. Like the name, you are now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. Hey, another sub on the stream. Much love. How many subscribers are we at, actually? I know YouTube is stupidly delayed, but I'm wondering, can we hit 9,200 subs this stream? So if you guys haven't shared the stream out with a friend, I would really appreciate doing so. Having more members of the community means that's more theories we can talk about. I uploaded the 9K special yesterday. That was kind of the low-key surprise. The yesterday stream was specifically to end up being the 9,000 special because I didn't really have anything else planned. And honestly, I was really glad it went as good as it did. So much love to you guys. Gregorio Castellon. Thank you so much for subscribing. You are now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. Where are you reading all this? I'm super behind on chat. That's why it seems like I'm not getting anywhere. Bro, I promise you. You guys see, I'm trying, those of you guys that weren't here yesterday, I'm really trying to make sure I read at least most of you guys' comments because I'd be like an hour behind in comments. I don't want you guys to feel like you're just commenting and I'm not seeing it because I've been in people's chats before too. There's a lot of YouTubers I look up to. So there's nothing worse that when you talk to a creator, trying to hope that you get to hear them say your name or read your comment and then they just don't. And it's just like, I mean, you also understand the creator is under a lot of pressure and stuff when they're streaming and stuff. It's hard, especially when you got over 100 people watching. It's like, I can't be mad at you, but I really wish you saw my comment. That's how I feel. And I don't want you guys to feel like I didn't read your comment. That's why I spend so long on each comment. And it sucks. It sucks because I still end up disappointing people because I can't read every comment. So you guys really got on me. You guys were begging me to stop trying to read every comment yesterday, but here I am doing it again. Head's already hurting. Hey, we only been live for an hour and 15 minutes. Come on now. I want to know the Master of Masters when she told Yozora about Sora in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I don't recall Master of Masters telling Yozora anything in Union Cross. What if the Yozora fight was with Riku? Because of the fictional world, his appearance and memories would be altered. I doubt it. Because if what we saw in the epilogue or the secret movie of KH3 was Riku in Quadratum, then it doesn't seem like his appearance really changed. And I kind of doubt why would it, I guess. Yozora's looks may have changed for a completely different reasoning that might be explained in Kingdom Hearts VR and Rex, but it's a pattern that the worlds or maybe universe can be imprinted into people. So maybe Xehanort wanted to continue searching Subject X's heart to find the copy of the unreality and study it. How would y'all feel if Yozora's royal arms were the Organization 13's weapons? That'd be cool. I wish they'd be more original, but I'd be cool with it. I like 15, so. Just waiting for someone in the series to say in that one world line, our reality is just a video game, and then all the characters look right at the screen and us, the players. I'd probably feel very uncomfortable. What about Riku asking Yozora to save Sora? We haven't actually been told when Yozora-Sora fight takes place, so possibly after Riku has met Yozora. It totally could be the case. It totally could be the case, and that's something I hadn't really thought about, Panda, so that's a nice comment. I'm definitely going to save that in the ye old Google Docs. So thank you for that. I will make sure that is put in there. I'm new here, so sorry if this has been said before. At the end of Melody of Memory, the fact that Xehanort has continued to be antagonistic after seemingly peaceful seems weird to me. Was he just faking it? No, that's definitely not it's not that he was faking it, Jet, and you're all good. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you a part of our community. Not sure if you're subscribed, but I appreciate you if you end up doing so. It's not necessarily strange because when you think about it, that wasn't actually Xehanort she was fighting. That was her imagining of Xehanort. Because at the end of the day, Xehanort has been very antagonistic towards Kairi. And at the end of the day, he experimented on her as a child. You know, she was the reason that she got separated from her home, you know, when she was younger. You know, she was a big reason as to why her friends got broken up in Kingdom Hearts 1. He was a big reason as to what ended up happening and her being kidnapped in Kingdom Hearts 2. You know, all of these things that even though they're not technically Xehanort, they all were still technically Xehanort through the Heartless, Xemnas, those under Xemnas' command, etc. You know, her being essentially killed in Kingdom Hearts 3 by him, her getting kidnapped again in Kingdom Hearts 3 from Xemnas, a lot of different stuff. Have a bunch of different reasons as to why she, I guess you could call that version of Xehanort her nightmare version of Xehanort. And it's kind of like when you're traumatized by something, having that mental, I guess, version of that person in your head who constantly haunts you. So that's what would make more sense. Even though she knows he turned right. You could also remember too, when we actually think about it, she wasn't there for Xehanort to actually turn good. Remember, she was still gone at that point. Sora had not saved Kairi yet. So she probably doesn't even really recognize him becoming good again at the end. But that was a great question, Jay. I actually thought about that before, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it. That was a great question. With Fairy Godmother, just because we don't know how she knew about the Nameless Star, I'm just going to leave it up to magic. It seems like the magic people, the fairy godmothers and witches and wizards can just break her in every rule in Kingdom Hearts they want. So based off what it seems. And surely enough, the Master is the only person that knows about the old Keyblade War, and that would suggest that everything that happened to everyone else or the world they're in. That's also the case. He's the only person we know who knows about it. It's not commonly known. Obviously, Lucio didn't learn about this other war in school. So obviously it's not commonly known. Is he the only one that knows about it? One would normally like to say, no, I hope not. But again, is it possible? 100%. And is that the case? Probably. Possibly. I would not put it past Namor. My bottle is annoying. It keeps leaking and it keeps getting on me. It's annoying. I say it's probably Luxor because he gave Sora a trump card. If I'm not mistaken, he did tell the card to use the card if he's in trouble, and that's probably why Sora didn't technically die at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. That's probably why he just disappeared and ended up in Quadratum instead of actually dying. That card could have been what saved him. What's up, D Holmes? As for the Black Code, Masters gave Xehanort and Lucio the Black Code. He is the origin point. I don't necessarily think the Black Coat symbolizes an origin point, but isn't Robed Anthem opening a portal for young Xehanort on Destiny Islands a paradox in and of itself? That would depend. I don't necessarily think so, because that doesn't break the laws of time travel either. Because you can time travel as long as there's a version of yourself waiting at the destination. And normally you would need something to house the heart, but at the end of the day, he didn't necessarily need one because he kind of already had one. He had the cloak. The cloaks are really different in Kingdom Hearts. They obviously can be possessed. I made this a point in my video about the Master of Masters never being real. That the ability that cloaks themselves in Kingdom Hearts can be possessed and house hearts themselves. And this is obviously clear because it's not necessarily even really a theory. It's literally true. The brown robed person is literally Xehanort without a body. They've already confirmed that years ago. So it's like, that in and of itself, two of the same person can exist at the same time, but it would just depend. The main reason I said it doesn't really happen with the Master of Masters and Sora, because there was no version of Sora waiting at the destination already. Xehanort went back in time to himself still living on Destiny Islands. Sora is not originally from the past, so it would make more sense, how can he really get there? And even if he were to have originated from the Age of Fairy Tales and he time traveled from the future back then, that would mean there's two Soras in that time, which also doesn't make any sense. Dang it, refreshed. New follow. JD Dashley. Jade Dashley. Hey, thanks so much for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate you. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Hey, thanks, Game Challenger. We'll appreciate you. Shibuya is a district of Quadratum, like the real life Tokyo. That's what I'm assuming, unless they end up doing different aspects of it. I do want to know what happened to Sora's dinner, though. You right. What happened to it? Just sub to you, bro. Hey, thanks for subbing, Game Challenger. We'll appreciate you. Do you think Riku will fight Yozora when Sora is what in the DLC story? I don't know. I'd like to see Yozora and him fight, but will they? Probably, if I'm honest, but I'd be down for it. Why not? Why not? Bro, we are so close to 1.2k. Literally, we're like 13 subs off from it. We can gain 13 subs this stream. We probably already gained close to that based off what it looks like. We can get to 9.2k this stream. We get to 9.2k subs this stream, I'll do something special too. I'm just putting a bunch of promises out there, bro. I can understand the Litane variety show. I can also understand that as well. I don't know how the World Ends With You characters ended up in Traverse Town. That don't make no kind of sense, especially when you know the story of the World Ends With You. When you know that story, it makes it even more so it doesn't make any sense. Knowing that it is impossible for them to not be in Shibuya. That don't make no kind of sense. It should literally be impossible for that to happen. There's no kind of excuse they can make for that even being possible. I don't know how they did it. It seemed like Nomura really just wanted, he really just wanted them to be in that game. And I don't blame him. I mean, it was cool. So, I mean, I don't care. But, you know, it just makes sense. Especially if they plan on making The World Ends With You important to the future of Kingdom Hearts. It just depends. Especially if we get in a sequel. More, I think the Kingdom Hearts universe is all a video game. Ansem, the wise saying the other side is unreality just because the universe is all they know. Yozora says, yeah, I've heard of you. Yeah, well, it depends on who he said that to. And like I said, reality is all just dependent on who you're talking to. Wherever you're from is your reality. Anything else is unreality to you. He's heard of a video game called Kingdom Hearts. I'd like that to be the case. It'd be cool. I like to think the Master of Masters leaves evidence of himself everywhere, as does darkness. I wouldn't be surprised. It would be a paradox, though, wouldn't it? How could Ansem exist? How could Ansem exist to time travel back to the island if Xehanort getting the Keyblade by going to Scala was because of Ansem opening up the portal? But the thing is, all Xehanort says is that he went back in time and set himself on the path that he originally took. And that's because Xehanort ended up going to Scala and everything like that because himself had talked to himself to basically go out and do his mission. That's basically what the future him told him, though. I don't understand how there'd be another him. And after he ended up pushing himself forward, that's when he likely traveled back to another time where he exists with Ansem in Kingdom Hearts 1, where he can set the motions of Kingdom Hearts 1 into motion. That's where Sora ends up encountering him on Destiny Islands. So when he set himself on that journey, that's the same time he opened the portal, as we saw in Dark Road. Kingdom Hearts crossover series of Disney and Final Fantasy. It also deals with the nature of reality and the nature of being itself, and make you getting real philosophical in this. Dang, dude, I feel that. I mean, Yozora will murder Riku. Don't underestimate Riku. I feel like Verum Rex is going to be what Kingdom Hearts is on the other side. Only makes sense. I thought the World Ends With You characters in Kingdom Hearts 3D was Sora's dream. You could say that, but at the end of the day too, they're also real existing characters outside of Sora's dreams as well. So it's more like, that doesn't make any sense, because again, the characters that existed in those dreams, not all of the worlds were based off of Sora's dreams. You know, again, like Country of the Musketeers and such, and Tron's world. Those are all events that happened, you know, and like the events of Tron's world, that happened after the events of him meeting Tron in KH2. So these events still happened. So Neku still did go to Traverse Town and meet Sora, which don't make no kind of sense. Joshua moves into another universe to save his friends. He is a composer after all. I still think that doesn't make any sense. They're in the game right now. They're literally participating in the game. They should not be able to move, and the composer would have no reason to do so. I don't mind you being behind on the chat. Your dedication is to it is admirable, so thank you. I appreciate you, Defire of Death. I'm trying my best here. I'm not reading every comment. I'm reading it, but I might not be talking all the comments. I'm trying my best, though. All right, we need another swig of the miracle juice known as water. If it looks like I'm drinking weird, it's because, again, my bottle, like, it spills for some reason. It leaks. So I'm like, you know, trying to drink out of it like that. I think Quadratum is a correct mirror reality to Kingdom Hearts because of the similarities to some key things. First, Yozora and Riku's design and goal, the current designs of the original characters, etc. We have no clue right now. So darker, edgier, more realistic, and where good people lose and evil wins more often than not, and more like our real life. Yeah, just like our real life. Joshua dreamed up Traverse Town because the town appeared when anyone has need of shelter. So he summoned it with his heart and rhymes dreams. That still doesn't make sense in content of the game. In context of the game. That should not be possible. Even if he dreams somewhere up, that should not be possible to move all of them during the game. That should not be possible. Doesn't make sense in context of the lore of The World Ends With You. Even if they just make something up for Kingdom Hearts, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so The World Ends With You crew are from the game. With some tweaks to Kingdom Hearts, Joshua moved into another universe, the Kingdom Hearts universe, where they meet. What if the place they left was unreality? I don't necessarily think that could be the case unless they're trying to say Shibuya is unreality. Do you think Yozora can defeat Xehanort? Possibly. I haven't seen the full extent of Yozora's abilities. I don't think his battle with Sora was a full extent of his abilities, despite it being a tough fight. But possibly though. If Sora could do it, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know Yozora like that, so I'm not too sure. It's very possible that it's the parallel reality universe. So what's the main theory you're sticking to right now? That's a pretty general question, but my main theories I'm thinking about right now for a lot of things, especially regarding the Master of Masters. The Master of Masters is his own unique character. He is not Sora, he's not Demyx, he's not nobody. The Master of Masters is also likely not from unreality. However, due to him being the Master of Masters and the information and knowledge they gained during the Age of Fairy Tales, they did discover the realm of unreality. So I believe that the Master of Masters escaped to unreality and has been there for quite some time. But he also has the ability to go between the realities at will. Do we know why that is the case? No. But if he were to just disappear off the face of the earth, there can only be two things. He either time traveled to another point in time, so obviously during the time he's gone, he basically doesn't exist in this plane of reality, or if he moved to the unreality, the world of fiction. That would also be a reason why he was never found. But we also know he didn't stay there forever, because he did end up meeting Xehanort many, many years later, when he was young Xehanort, or when he was still trying to figure himself out. We know he had to be in the current world line of Kingdom Hearts because he was obviously there. And I also believe Yozora has a deep connection to both Sora and Riku. Not too sure which one he has a heavier connection on. He obviously shares a lot of ties with Sora, but he more visually shares ties with Riku. But I'm not too sure what that'll necessarily entail. But that will have to depend. I hope Riku fights Yozora to free Sora from the crystallization of the next DLC story, in my opinion, and my dude. Though they did say that that is technically the bad ending. I don't necessarily know if the bad ending of Remind is canon. Many consider it not to be. Nomura hasn't actually said if it's canon or not, so it all just depends. Do you feel like the plot of Kingdom Hearts went on too long? Not knocking it or anything, but I feel like Cage 1 and 2 and Chain of Memories had things wrapped up perfectly. Kingdom Hearts could have ended at 1. It was made to be able to end at 1. But the thing is, when I love something, I don't necessarily want to see it end. There are very few occasions where that'll end up being the case. Steins Gate, Steins Gate. Like, I am fine with Steins Gate ending right where it did. I'm fine with that. But they announced there's going to be a new Steins Gate taking place, after the end of the show. So that has me wondering, why kind of thing. It ended perfectly. So I'm not too sure what they're going to do. But I don't know. That's kind of how I feel. But I don't think Kingdom Hearts is at that point where it's like, yeah, it could have ended. But what they're making now is still good. So it's like, why? JoJo's could have ended at part 6, but they continued on to part 7. And part 7 ended up being the best part. So it's like, whoo, my throat. I think the Master of Masters is a being of light that can take human form, but his true form is the biblically accurate angel. Explains why he can remove his eye and has a bunch more. That would also depend. You're good, Game Charger Wolf. You think the Master of Masters could be Lucio? No, I do not think so. There are too many contradicting evidence to put them as being the same person. Because if the Master of Masters already knows what's contained inside the Book of Prophecies, again, it would create a temporal paradox if, of course, he knew what is going, to be in there because he was the one who did those things. That would create a paradox. Lucio knowing what's inside the Book of Prophecies would create a temporal paradox, as the Master said in key back cover. But best is very good. To add another question, I don't really know anything about the mobile game, so don't shoot me. But will the Master of Masters have any allies for his plan? I can't think of anyone. Yes, he most certainly would. As of right now, it seems like he would have the complete allegiance to all of the foretellers, including Lucio. Lucio seems to be a loyal servant of the Master of Masters, even now at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. I highly suggest you take the time to read, to at least watch all the cutscenes for the mobile game. Cage Insider has a playlist of all of the cutscenes. It will not take you more than the average length of a movie. Most of the cutscenes are only a couple minutes long, sometimes even not even. So it's like, I most certainly would highly recommend you do so. Kingdom Hearts Union Cross has some of the best story in Kingdom Hearts collectively as a whole. Now, hold up. I need to cough, and I don't want to give y'all that kind of ASMR. Okay. We good? All right. Didn't want to do that to y'all. Taking the concept of worlds and adding this other fictional world, I think Nomura is going the direction of, even if my world is fictional to others, it's still the world I reside in, so there is no true world. I mean, that's exactly what it is, and that's basically how they described it. As well as the idea, sorry, I just thought of something that might make the stream better. Sorry, I legitimately didn't want to lose my train of thought. Ah, it is possible. That will depend. That will depend. Sorry, I'm always trying to make moves. Trying to make moves. Trying to make moves. As well as the idea that the media can interact with us to help through tough times, that we may not be able to really interact with it. See Kairi getting help from Sora. Yeah, after sharing the power-proof fruit with each other, there's always going to be a piece of Sora residing in Kairi and vice versa. Hey, yo, homie, sorry to hop in and go, but I saw this sorry to hop in and go, but I saw this in my recommended. Is all of this going to be uploaded on your channel? Have a go and a good night. Yes, is based off of how this stream is looking, it'll probably end up being live on the channel. If you'd like to join the Discord server, the link to the stream will be in the Discord server, or if you guys just want to hang out and talk, it will be there as well. $2 super chat, Jim the Grapple. I want to know what the Masters are doing in the world of fantasy. Who knows, but I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Also, guys, Twitter just uploaded like a stories feature. I had everybody start adding me on Snapchat yesterday, and I'm like, dang, now they got no reason to follow me on Snapchat. But you guys should definitely follow me on Twitter. I like to, if I'm gonna do giveaways and stuff like that, I'll probably do them on Twitter. Like when things go along and stuff, I'll probably, like, new Kingdom Hearts game comes out, especially with Square Enix sponsoring us, I'd love to end up doing a giveaway for the next Kingdom Hearts game. Or even do a Melody and Memories giveaway. A fictional world is still a real world. It's a lot like a plot of Star Ocean 3 if you've played. I haven't actually played Star Ocean 3. But I believe it. Awesome, we hit 100 likes. I appreciate y'all. 100 likes, bro. That's crazy. Y'all are awesome. Bro, my throat is on fire right now. I'm gonna be real with you. If I'm real, I probably won't end up streaming tomorrow because I didn't think my throat was gonna hurt this bad after streaming for so long last night. What's unreality? So Zeus, unreality described in Melody of Memories story. Spoiler alert. Yeah, there's your chance. Spoiler alert. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is assuming nobody's already spoiled it in the chat. But unreality is another plane of existence outside of the current realm of Kingdom Hearts. Everything we've seen from the realm of light, darkness, the realm of the Unchained, all that stuff is within the universe of Kingdom Hearts. But there also exists another parallel dimension to Kingdom Hearts, and that is the realm of unreality, or you can even call it the world of fiction. This world acts directly to Kingdom Hearts. You can call them, if you've ever seen Dragon Ball, it's like Universe 6 to Universe 7. They're parallel universes or alternate dimensions to each other. New subscriber, Flow Motion, just subscribed. Much love to you. You are now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. Is Cage side real? Is Quadratum side real? Are truly of us any real? That would depend on who's asking. That would depend on who's asking. I don't know who that is, Alan. I think Sora is highball, complex, multiversal, moving in realms, no time, casually rewriting the multiverse and more fight. I don't know. So I don't think Sora is that awesome. I don't think he can do all that. We found evidence of another world on the other side of reality, but dealing with a pandemic right now, so we're just going to ignore that right now. Big talk, bro. Melody Memory confirmed good ending is canon, for sure. Because if that ended up being bad, that would not end up happening. Melody Memory did that. You're right. You're right. Well, in this stream, so I'm gonna get on, I've already disputed why Sora can't be the master and why he can't be Lushu. So that only leaves him being a new character. And obviously not going to be some random guy, but it's not going to be any of the characters we've currently already met. I assume both endings of the Yozora fight will be canon somehow. They could do that. Zelda has done the same thing with Ocarina of Time. It's canon that Link lost again, and it's canon that he won. So they just created multiple timelines. So
Due to the channel and stream, did anyone comment about Demix, the master's suggestion due to his mannerisms and speech patterns? They brought it up yesterday. What's up, C-Box? Welcome to the channel. Much love for you checking us out. It is very unlikely that Demix is the master of masters, because outside of his speech and mannerisms, they don't really have anything in common. And even then, as someone who studies a lot of body language and analytical patterns of people, their body language isn't very similar at all. They're both just two animated characters. I know animated people like that in real life. They're just very animated people, and their actual mannerisms are not the same. I know that people can get that confused though, seeing two people kind of act silly like that, yet kind of still have a serious tone to them. I can see it, but not really, don't really think it could be Demix. I think Joshua says because they're in a dream, the game might not matter in the worlds with you crew, but it might be a hint for Riku. I mean, the thing is, the game still matters, because when Neku shows Sora the timer, his timer is still going. So obviously it matters somewhat in this dream, because if the timer's still going, that means if they don't got the mission finished by then, they gonna die. So it's like, obviously it still matters. What's up, Hop Off? Welcome to the stream. Do you need the power of waking for time travel? No. I'd like to say no. They haven't specified that you necessarily need to do that. You can assume that that's technically a part of the power of waking, because you can use the power of waking for time travel, but do you need it? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It hasn't been confirmed that you 100% need it. But I'd like to say that every person who has used time travel has used the power of waking. Every Keyblade wielder who has time traveled has used it in that way, unless they can time walk. Could it be that the foreteller was teleported from Quadratum when Zigbar Lucian summoned them from the end of Kingdom Hearts 3? Also, why does this whole time Luxor was from... Does this mean that whole time Luxor was from Quadratum? Possibly. But I also don't think that the foretellers were in Quadratum. That doesn't really make much sense, as there's little to no evidence to actually specify that they're from there, or that they're there now. And I doubt they'd be dressed like that. Then we're going to get more information on things with Dark Road and Union Cross. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to the end of Union Cross. Union Cross is definitely going to be ending next year. 100% is going to end next year. And I'm hoping Dark Road ends next year as well. I want to go full speed ahead on these console games, despite me loving Union Cross and Dark Road so much. My man, before going to bed, drink hot water or tea and put a little bit of honey in if you can. Tomorrow you'll feel better. I'm gonna have to do that, Luis, because your boy is kind of, my throat is kind of feeling like, I don't know, someone used Ars Arcanum on my throat or something. It's hurting real bad, bro. I'm low on HP. Also, Gold Kingdom, welcome to the stream. Flygon, welcome to the stream as well. Did I already thank y'all for 100 likes on the stream? Appreciate you. You're sorry to leave, have to go. You guys are great. You're great too, Corey. I appreciate you interacting with us. Have a good night. I'm gonna keep drinking that magic juice. Master's OST is fire. Just listen to that piano. Something's obviously off with the guy. I literally can't even hear anything, even if I had my headphones on. I might change the song just because I've been on it for over an hour. Y'all been listening to the same song for over an hour. Almost 2 hours. It's been an hour and 46 minutes. So, might be time. Bro. Feels like someone just used Curaga on me, bro. Feels like it. It felt so good just then. Maybe we could play Kingdom Hearts 3 right now. But the thing is, I also know I don't need to necessarily play games for you guys to enjoy yourself here. You know, I don't really play games on stream too much. At least not Kingdom Hearts. If I'm honest, I don't really play Kingdom Hearts too much. I mean, I played through it. I played through all the games multiple times, of course. But, you know, I don't know, man. That would depend. I feel like I would lose some of you guys if I took some of the focus off of you guys. The Dragon Ball Super analogy fits perfect. It truly does. What if they never reveal the master's identity, straight up say it doesn't matter? I made a video on that. I literally made a video on that exact topic. What if the master of master's identity doesn't really matter? And I agree with that. I think at the end of the day, does the master of master's identity really matter? I don't think so. I would love to find out who he is, but I don't think who he actually is really matters. Because if he turns out to be a villain, does it really matter who he is under the mask? Will that really change that we need to stop him or not? Even if he ended up being Sora, even if he ended up being Riku, he still needs to be taken care of regardless. What needs to be done about him does not change. Does not change. I have a video about that. If you guys do want to end up checking that out, it's called the Master of Masters Identity Crisis. That was when I kind of started this wave of Master of Masters videos. So definitely check that one out. That was a really good video to make. I guess you can consider Timeless River from Cage 2 as another dimension. I'd say it's a portal to the past, but that defies, again, with Disney magic, breaking the laws of Kingdom Hearts time travel. There's two alternate Soras, Cage Sora and Yozora Sora. Sorry, I'm out of theories, so I'm just vibing right now. Let me know if I should shut up. No, you're good. No worries. I don't care what you're talking about. Y'all just talking means a lot. Yes, he did. It wouldn't make sense if he crossed over to Quadratum also. The thing is, the fact that he did again kind of lets you know that it would make sense for Sora and him to meet. Because if Sora does end up in Quadratum, is he still necessarily dead? And if he is, then he can meet Neku. If he isn't, then he can't meet Neku. Because again, those who are participating in the Reaper's game exist in separate planes of reality. They could be standing right there and the people who are of the living can't really interact with them. Unless they're having a mission regarding them. Anyways, do you think the Master of Masters, the Sora that lost everything at the Keyblade Graveyard in KH3? Probably not. Probably not. You think Yozora is the son of Sora from the future to warn him about what's coming to have a bigger threat than Xehanort? No, I don't think so. I think there's a Square Enix Sora from Yozora's world to be the Master of Masters. We have no evidence to believe that at all so far. I hope the bad ending isn't canon. Sora beats Yozora. Maybe the black box location, color, and contents change depending on who views it. That'd be cool. You believe that Yozora is potentially... Oh, I literally just read that. Wait. No, I didn't read that. You believe that Yozora is potentially a Sora from the future timeline? If so, who do you think is the mother, since I think Sora is a full Keyblade Master? I don't think Yozora is Sora's son. I don't think so. We have little reason to believe that. Little reason to believe that. And they look nothing alike. Sub for the Kiraga. Hey, I appreciate you. Would you ever try the Kingdom Hearts randomizer? I don't know. I'm kind of bad at games. So part of me is like, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't know. I've never actually done a randomizer that isn't Pokemon. I haven't even tried Zelda randomizers, and Zelda's my favorite franchise. I literally haven't done it for that either. I'm scared. I'm sure he'll get his Keyblade back.
The key saga needs to get wrapped up already. Yeah, much as I love it, I'd love to move on as well. Dark Creek in KH3 said Merlin can ignore or break the laws of time travel. It's true, because he's a wizard. So Merlin, Fairy Godmother, and Yin said all have some BS Disney abilities. 100%. That is 100% confirmed. Not sure why, but they do. What do you think about the reveal that Xehanort is actually a pawn of Xigbar Lucio? I loved it. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. There's nothing about it I don't like. I love pulling the rug under people who thought they knew everything that was going on. $2 super chat. The costume dinner 2 days in a row. You go, my guy. Drink water. I'm doing my absolute best right now. I'm doing my absolute best. New sub. Akash Sharma, thank you so much for subscribing. You're now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. Hold up, what is this? Nomura reminding people that, this isn't a comment, I'm seeing this on Twitter. Nomura reminding people that Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary is in 2022. Says the team are working to deliver good news, so he hopes fans to keep an eye out for what may come in the future. So yeah, we're definitely not getting another Cage game until then. I wouldn't be surprised. Is there another Unicross update coming up? Oh no, it's Mickey's birthday, I forgot. I don't think there's going to be anything brought up until then. Yeah. So they're trying to deliver good news about Kingdom Hearts by 2022. Makes sense. Sorry, I'm on Twitter because I thought I saw some new KH stuff, and I'm trying to make sure it's not fully new stuff, or else we might get the rug pulled under us. All right. Master of Masters is definitely his own character. He's nobody that we've actually met so far. Wait though, if the people of Quadratum exist, then they really are really fictional. Maybe the real called Quadratum is just a forbidden realm for them. Unlikely. I think that it's literally easiest way to realize what Quadratum is. Think of it as an alternate universe or a parallel universe. It exists just as much as anyone else's universe does, except because it's not their universe, it's unreality or a fictional world to them, a world that it's impossible for it to really exist, but yet it does. What would you expect from another Birth by Sleep game that's taking place in the realm of darkness if they made a third sequel? I feel like it'd be really shallow and really short, because there's not really much I feel you can do with those three characters together. They probably need to go and do their own things. If anything, I feel Terra should take up learning, teaching. Oh my goodness. Lee. Ven should focus on becoming a full Keyblade master as well. And Aqua teaching Kairi. Rusty Gamer, thanks so much for subscribing. You're now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. And having the whole game center around the realm of darkness, unless they're going to different worlds in the realm of darkness, I don't think it would be that great. We'd have another 0.2, but probably just more padded out. Yozora is Reborn versus 13 Noctis. I think so. Or at least inspired off of it. Master of Masters has been in Quadratum the whole time, right? He was seeing birthing thing happen in his Keyblade's eye. I think he wrote the book. He wrote the book while this happened, then time traveled to the past. That would depend. The Book of Prophecies was already written when we first meet him in Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. It was already written as we've seen it. But we know when he disappeared after the beginning of that movie, he did disappear for the rest of that movie. But he appeared again in Kingdom Hearts 3's Remind DLC talking to Xehanort, which is many, many, many years later. So he can't have been in Unreality the entire time he was gone, but he did end up going back to this world at least to talk to Xehanort. We know that for a fact. So he probably wasn't in Quadratum the whole time. It would also just depend on when that scene of him in Remind takes place. Also, we are 8 subscribers away from 9.2K. So if y'all want to show a little love, get 8 people, you know, again, we got 90 something people in here. That's 180 people in here. If, you know, everybody shared this with one friend. I don't care if you got to get the iPad open for the dog. Hey, I appreciate you. I already saw somebody bring something up and I got to reference a video I made because that's a good video. I keep talking about how I think this one theory is dumb, but I forgot I made a video on it, believing it once upon a time. So, well, Yen said die in the second phase, so who of it would be shocking? I doubt they'll really kill off a Disney character that didn't die in their original movies. So, did Yen said die in Fantasia? He didn't die in Fantasia. He's not gonna die. He already old as dirt. Do Kingdom Hearts randomizer streams sometime? Do y'all actually want to see gameplay Kingdom Hearts streams? Are y'all interested in gameplay of Kingdom Hearts for me? I don't think anybody really watches me for gameplay. They always watch me, the lore guy. He's the lore guy. That's KingdomAce. He's the lore guy. I want to know about the story, the lore, the underlying themes. That's KingdomAce. So the gameplay, I don't know, man. I don't got a PS5. So I'm an underclass citizen right now until I get a PS5. Bro, I'm in them queues all day, bro. And then I stay in that queue. I'm the first one in there. And I still don't end up getting a PS5. I hate everything. Hoping to buy a new gaming laptop and try out the mod myself. Might die a few times, though. It'd be like that. I don't really have too much thoughts on the PS5 as I don't have one. I'd love to have one, though. Any of y'all want to donate to get a PS5? Hey, why not? I'll buy it. If y'all helped out with getting a PS5, I'll unbox that on stream. I'll say, we'll do some comparison and contrast videos. I'll be like, this is the how 1.5 plus 2.5 runs on here. And this is how KH3 is like on the PS5. And, you know, 4K, 120 FPS. I'll show all that stuff. I'll do, cool kinds of things. I'll do all kinds of stuff. What do you think about the Magic Disney Channel who can travel without the power of darkness or Keyblade? Do you think that being powerful in magic allows one to traverse worlds? Well, we already technically know that wizards can do that. So, yes. Yeah, Costume Ninja, I've been drinking that water. My throat is on fire. I'm trying not to. Disney characters, not channels. I realize what you meant. Probably Nick. Who's your Final Fantasy waifu? Terra from Final Fantasy VI. Probably Terra. I mean, she's so innocent, but like I haven't beaten the game yet, so I don't know. It depends. I'm also a Yuna fanboy, but I don't know. What do you think of Sora and Nominated relationship? Do you think she could be a future wife of Sora, or would it be Shion instead of Kairi? I definitely think it would be Kairi. He obviously shared a Palpu fruit with Kairi, and that definitely insinuate the romantic interest the two have in each other. They've been showing romantic interest in each other since Kingdom Hearts 1. I know a lot of people don't like to say that, but I mean, my thing is you can ship whoever you want. I don't care if you ship Riku and Sora or Riku and Kairi or whatever. I really don't care. But at the end of the day, Nomura is still obviously pushing for Sora and Kairi, even if he didn't make them a thing yet. He obviously has been implying it this whole series. The relationship they had with drawing the stuff in the cave in Kingdom Hearts 1, calling them that special someone in Days, during the time Sora was asleep. Her going through a whole year's worth of sleep to try to help find Sora. Them sharing a Palpru fruit together. Them holding hands at the end of KH3. All of that is implying these two are special to each other in a romantic way. And I think that's perfectly fine. That doesn't stomp on your ship. You can still ship Riku and Sora, because it don't matter what's canon. If you want to ship those two, then ship those two. I really couldn't care less. That's not what this series is about anyway. This series isn't about how Riku and Sora feel about each other. It's not about how Kairi and Sora feel about each other. It's about a story about these people who keep going through all this crap because other people are stupid. I would love DLC for Melody of Memory. One thing for sure that I really do want to make known as well. Me and my friend Prodigy XCD and a lot of other people on Twitter as well are trying to get a movement started for Melody of Memory. As you guys know, a big part of rhythm games is being able to play competitively with friends. It doesn't make sense that Melody of Memory doesn't have this feature. So if you guys are able to go out on your social medias, whether it's YouTube, community tab, or Discord, Twitter, Instagram, anything, Tumblr, whatever, anything, use that hashtag, hashtag Melody of Memory invite to get Square Enix knowing. We actually did pretty good. A lot of people showed support on Twitter. So much love for you guys who retweeted or tweeted it out for yourselves. What are your thoughts on Power Rangers Dino Fury if you're a fan of the franchise? I'm a casual fan of Power Rangers. I mainly like the old ones. I don't really do too much of the new ones. Dino Fury, I'm not too aware of it. I remember Dino Thunder, but I don't really remember Dino Fury. I was a big fan of Time Force. That's still my all-time favorite. Lightspeed Rescue was awesome as well. Wild Force was amazing too. Those ones are probably my favorite. Guys, just want to say with this whole Final Fantasy Versus cross, this still still Kingdom Hearts. Master stole Kingdom Hearts. Yozora is the true king. You're right. It's literally in his name. Down to see KingdomAce gameplay. A bad gamer representation. Bro, I suck, bro. Which is the best OST between Dream Drop, Birth by Sleep, and 2FM? Dream Drop Distance, in my opinion. I also like that game the most. But my opinion doesn't matter, so. I think it's literally Nomura just throwing design motifs at stuff. Similar as the reason why he has the skull and crossbones that kind of look like Sora with his crown and keyblades on it. If Master was a Disney human like Merlin or Yin said, doesn't make sense, but it'd still be funny. You think Sora has a Keyblade in Quadratum? Probably not. But if he did, I wouldn't be surprised. Like he doesn't use it the entire time, but right before he dies or something like that, gets killed by something, he would end up doing it. I wouldn't be surprised. Why did this not give this person a role? That's stupid. Wouldn't be surprised if the Book of Prophecies didn't end up being real and it was just all kind of just crap. I don't know if I sent that in here. I feel like I did, but I probably didn't. But here is the video I did on the Master of Masters possibly lying about the Book of Prophecies and the Book of Prophecies actually being wrong. Probably not Neokilla, primarily because they said there are 3 hearts inside Sora, that being Roxas, Ventus, and Shion at the current moment. So unless after that happened, someone else came in him, that wouldn't make any sense. Doubt it. The Dark Chris, thank you so much for subscribing. You're now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. We are getting really close to 9.2k viewers a stream. My sub count just went backwards like 10 people, it says, but I don't know if that's accurate. So YouTube analytics is real dumb. Can you talk about the cryptic messages in the other side, another story, deep dive, secret movie? It makes sense now. I may foreshadow future Kingdom Hearts stuff. If I did, it would likely be for a video. A topic like that, I'll need to get structured. And, you know, I'd be talking off the dome on these streams, but I'd probably feel like I need structured for that, Domine. But I appreciate your comment. In fact, I appreciate your comment so much that I'm going to put that in ye old Google Docs. Ye old Google Docs. Just watch your last videos with the cutscene showing Riku going to Quadratum. Hey, appreciate it, Miles. Welcome to the stream. Maybe, Jim, but probably not. Looks like he's in Quadratum. I'm from Quadratum. The healthcare is great, but my town got sucked up. Dang, bro. It'd be like that, bro. That's unreal, bro. That's unreal. That's unreal. I understand the gameplay is not really your thing, but I can't say I wouldn't be interested in seeing it once in a while. I definitely get that, Ashley. If you guys would actually want to see it, I'd do it every once in a while, you know? Maybe it's because I'm old. And I, like, at this point, I feel like I don't need to play things. I can always just watch stuff. Like, if I just play games, that's one thing. Talking about games satisfies me a lot nowadays, especially if it's games like this. Like, even though I play Zelda a bunch, I still feel a lot of satisfaction from playing and talking about Zelda and Kingdom Hearts. I feel the same satisfaction I do as playing Kingdom Hearts and Zelda as I do talking about it. So it's like, dang. Let's lean back. Bro, I need to get this fan off me, bro. Bad gamer representation. When do you predict the new Kingdom Hearts game will come out? 2022. They said they have good news to announce in 2022. So I think it would be around that time. Tried to explain to my friend one time I really like video game lore, and then I had to explain the lore of video game lore. It'd be like that. My friends just be playing Candy Crush. Hopefully KH4 will have way more Master of Masters than it does. I really hope so too. What if when we saw the Master of Masters talking to Xehanort was his first time thought when we saw him in back cover? Not sure I understand. I don't know, Riley, but maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about what it'll be for VRM Rex. It definitely won't take 7 years for the next Kingdom Hearts game. And the reason for that is the reason why it took so long for Kingdom Hearts 3 is Kingdom Hearts 3 began development a long time ago, but they had a lot of difficulties working on the Luminous engine. Those of you guys that don't know the Luminous engine is the engine that was used to make Final Fantasy 15. So working that into Kingdom Hearts was not going well. So they ended up having to start, like, throw everything away and start fully over. That is the only reason it took so long. And that is why things like Remind and Melody and Memory still didn't take that much longer to come out, because again, they already know the assets for that. So 100% won't take that long. Kind of like Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild only took so long because they had to create an engine for that game. Breath of the Wild 2 will not take nearly as long as Breath of the Wild 1 did to come out. What year do I think Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to release? Probably. The thing is, Kingdom Hearts 4 is probably not going to happen. We're going to need at least 1 to 2 spin-off games in between that. So
in 2022, we're probably going to get the next Kingdom Hearts game. 2024 after that, we'll probably get the game after that. Then will probably be the next Kingdom Hearts game. Either in 2026, it'll probably begin development in 2024. So, 2024, it'll probably end up coming out in 2026 or 2027. So it would take about 3 years to make. And that's around the average lifespan of a game. Anywhere from 2 to 3 years is how long it takes the average company to make a fully develop a full game, basically. But they already confirmed in Kingdom Hearts 3 that Yensid didn't have nothing to do about the reset in the Keyblade graveyard. So that doesn't make any sense. Sora was the one that did that. And Kingdom Hearts 3 Reminded proves that. I just got my Yuna cosplay costume for Halloween. Hey, it's nice. Share fruit, you're committed for life. Fran Final Fantasy 12 is a waifu. Fran is gold, bro. We like our rabbit waifus, bro. I don't think she is Kingdom Hearts, Denelsen. She's literally somebody, because of the circumstances of her death, she ended up in this final world. I don't think that necessarily makes her Kingdom Hearts, especially since she's not even from this reality. I don't really give my ships on any of the characters because at the end of the day, the ships don't really matter. I just go with what the games give me. Because I think the relationship between the characters are cute, and I'll just be like, oh, it's cute. But I'm not really playing Kingdom Hearts for the romance. If I want romance, I'll go watch my romantic comedy animes that I'd be watching and cry myself to sleep. Not that I do that or anything. Thanks to you guys sharing the stream. I see y'all. Follow me on Twitch, Instagram as well. If you guys want my socials, they're my social media, they're always in the description, by the way, even if I'm not posting them. I got some snaps from you guys. That's funny. Woo! More theories I'm in. So about the DC multiverse. Yozora disappeared because he moved to a timeline where Light won, but wasn't from that timeline. In reality, corrected the paradox this caused by removing him from reality. I feel like they would have said that though. He only disappeared because he abused the power of waking, which can essentially kill someone. How powerful is Xehanort with the Keyblade? As powerful as we saw him in Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm assuming. Bro, y'all have so many comments, bro. I'm loving this right now. It may seem like I'm struggling to catch up on all this, but I'm living for it. I'm just like relaxing here, and I'm just like, I'm legit laid back, bro. I'm too lax this stream, bro. But like, dang, bro, I'm just reveling in all the love y'all have given me, bro. It's just like, bro, we got over 100 likes on this stream. We've already peaked at over 100, like 20 something viewers. It's just like, bro, y'all are a blessing. I love y'all. You the GOAT. Limbo, you the GOAT. You the GOAT. I'm trying to be more like you. All right, Nia Kelly, you have a good one. After Melody of Memory, are you taking a new approach? Are you taking a new approach to Nomura is definitely playing us all for fools? Yes, he certainly is. Man, imagine getting to meet Nomura. I promise you guys, if one day I get to meet Nomura, thanks to the connections we have as a community to this channel, if I'm able to go out there and meet Nomura one day, I promise you, I will record the experience. I don't care if I get to interview him and I get to talk with him and now what did he think of when he was Kingdom Hearts he was first becoming the director? What is his mindset behind making some of the characters? Yeah, I know y'all would love some of that stuff. I would love to be able to do that for you guys. Man, I just close my eyes and think about all the stuff I want to do for y'all. And it just, bro, I feel like I get lost in it sometimes. My eyes are literally closed because I'm just dreaming about this right now, dude. Like, bro, I promise you, as the more we grow, again, 10K is the big step. You guys don't understand. I'm assuming most of you don't understand. 10K is the step. It's that big leap we need to let things like what I just said about meeting Nomura and getting sent out places. That is one of the biggest steps we can take to make that a reality. That is a real thing. We can get sent out to play the new Kingdom Hearts games early. I can record my experience and answer y'all questions. Be like, yeah, so this is kind of like how it played and stuff like that too. There was one thing I noticed during the demo build that I played and all that stuff. If you look in the background, all that stuff, y'all know what kind of nerd I am. I'm going to look at the littlest of details. I'm going to be analyzing the patterns on Sora's freaking jacket. Like, that's just the kind of person I've always been. So it's like, bro, so much I want to do for y'all. So much I want to do for y'all. I hope I did not just get a subscriber and miss that because I don't have my headphones on. I should have had stream labels open. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Actually, a sub purge probably just happened. I feel that bored, Erdlens. I've never really been into rhythm games like that either. Favorite boss theme in the series? Was that Dark Deception or was it Dark? That one song. Actually, okay. Favorite boss theme is probably La Oscarita Delegnato from Kingdom Hearts from Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance when Sora versus Xemnas. Riley Duncan then are just like reality levels, dude. You feel like the reveal of the fictional world opens up possibilities for franchises like MCU, Star Wars, or more Pixar, for example? Yes, I definitely believe so. Probably less MCU and more just Marvel in general, because Marvel is already in Kingdom Hearts. For those of you guys that don't know, Big Hero 6 is Marvel. So, Marvel is already in Kingdom Hearts. Star Wars, in and of itself, rewrites itself for Kingdom Hearts. A lot of Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy is already based off of Star Wars. So, it writes itself. Where does that leave Kingdom Hearts? Does it include the alternate universe too? We're not sure, but I'd believe it does not. Maybe the Master of Masters wants to create a new Kingdom Hearts within the world of unreality. How long do you think it'll be until the entire story is finished? Within the next 10 years, hopefully? Oh no. Oh no. I think probably the next 20 years, maybe. This next saga will probably be done, depending on how much they release games. Remember, this last saga has included everything for the past 18 years. So, there's no reason to believe it won't be another 18 years. Nomura probably won't be the director by the end of that, though. Who knows? Maybe he'll do all of Phase 2 and let that be it. I mean, that's just depending. Will the next phase of Kingdom Hearts be as long as this phase? Maybe not. It all just depends. Hey, Gary, it's good to see you, bro. Nice to see you, man. Haven't heard from you in a while. Hope everything's good on your side, bro. IRL homies in the chat was popping. The notes on melody and memory don't line up exactly with the rhythm, and it annoys me sometimes. Thank you. I'm not the only one that felt that way. Y'all be thinking I'm tripping when I say stuff, and bro, I promise you. I remember you guys remember so many times during those streams. I was like, bro, I pressed the button. I promise you I pressed the button. I'm not tripping, bro. I'm not tripping. I'm a musician and rhythm game fan, so I'm used to some games not getting it perfect. With that being said, do you think we could see an expansion in the same vein of Legend of Zelda, with a story spanning in ways that grows the lore horizontally, not vertically? Unfortunately, no. I don't see Nomura, that being really Nomura's style. And I think that's okay. Though I do actually like Zelda more than Kingdom Hearts. I think Kingdom Hearts excels at what it's currently doing more. So I feel like if it tries to do what Zelda does, it might not pull it off as well. And I feel like Kingdom Hearts fans won't like it as much. It depends. Zelda is good at what Zelda does, and Kingdom Hearts is good at what Kingdom Hearts does. If Zelda was structured the way Kingdom Hearts is, I don't think I would like it as much. But if Kingdom Hearts was structured the same way Zelda is, I don't think I would like it as much either. I think Quadratum represents an unfinished idea of a world in which darkness wasn't manifested, neither was light. Instead, the duality between technology and dreams, the duality of our world. So when I'm having issues where some button inputs aren't registering, maybe just my controller. Oh no, Flygon. It definitely happened to me too. I definitely said that on stream. Square as a cube to design. The unversed and heartless symbols. Quadratum will be where Neku and the gang are from in this dimension, acting as Leon and company. You think that Lushu intended to become a nobody? Yes. 100%. He wouldn't have done it if he didn't actually expect it. Everything he's done has been according to plan, even if it didn't seem like it. Bro, if I spilled that on my shirt, I would have hated myself forever. You ever do something and be like, I hate myself forever now? Hey, loving the hair, bro. Hey, Sriracha Kanto, I appreciate you. Your name is cool. And I'll be in my early 30s when KH4 comes out. Bro, I'm going to be 30 before this decade ends, bro. Bro, what am I doing with my life, bro? I'm going to be 30 in the next 6 years, bro. 7 years, bro. I don't even know how old I am. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm going to be 30. Bro. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. No. No. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. I wouldn't be surprised, Gold Kingdom, that he doesn't care about people. He was willing to manipulate the people he's closest to and use their lives as chess pieces, so I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, the storyline too, Undead Killer. The thing is, if Quadratum is a different reality from Sora's, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a parallel world. So just because Sora exists in this world doesn't mean there's a Sora equivalent in Quadratum. It has never said that, and they specifically did not say parallel world in Melody of Memory. So we can assume that because they didn't say that, that's what I'm assuming. Yozora doesn't necessarily have to be Sora from an alternate universe, though I've made videos on that topic just in case. Bro, KingdomAce looks like he's high on life, bro. I am high on life right now, bro. I'm happy, bro. Dark Impetus is great, but I meant La Oscarita Delignado. Gotta go, Byro. Alright, Game Challenger Wolf, have a good one. Hey, what's up, Laser Star? Good to see you. It's gonna wiretap Nomura, bro. I'm definitely gonna wiretap Nomura, and I'm over here I'm transmitting everything I got to my community right now. What's up, Prodigy? I'm just now seeing his chat in here. What's up, Byax? How did Lucy summon the Four Tellers back? Where were they this whole time? From what time did he get them from? I have no idea. I'm gonna be real with you. I got no idea. We can assume they were
I always assume he took them from the moment they likely passed away, or the moment they were right before they were killed, or moment right as the Keyblade War began. He probably plucked them from that moment in time. That's what I assume. But the reactions to things seem strange, so I'm not too sure if that's real, or if that's necessarily the case. Sig, what about pancake? Delicious pancakes. The Dark Impetus is awesome. La Impeto Oscuro. That's a great theme as well. Do you ship Riku with Namine? I don't really talk about my ships on for content because people get mad, and I don't want people unsubbing just because I don't agree with their ship. But again, the games kind of speak for themselves. Masters Deadpool. They can't do Marvel or Star Wars, man. Nomura has way too much story in the storyline, and everything gets confusing. They've already done Marvel. Big Hero 6 is Marvel. People keep forgetting this. Big Hero 6 is Marvel. And Star Wars is a big inspiration for Kingdom Hearts. So I would not be surprised if they did the exact same thing. They can easily throw Clone Wars in there and literally make it work. I promise you they can make it work. The only way you think it cannot work is if you don't trust Nomura's writing. I promise you they can make it work. Star Wars is as simple as it gets. Kingdom Hearts is way more confusing. Way more. Blue Crystal, thanks for subscribing. You are now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. Sora having the Keyblade would be cool. Probably won't be something he uses though. I'm gonna tell you right now, Denelson, KH ain't ending at 4. I promise you, it ain't going to end at 4. Bro, I'm 29. It'd be like that, Teddy. What's poppin'? You're not too old. What's poppin'? I turned 30 this year. Hey, what's up, Flygon? I'll be 30 in 7 years. I had the same internal freak out the other day over the 6-year thing. Dude, I'm gonna be like, bro, what's going on, bro? Imagine having kids before Kingdom Hearts ends. I will probably have kids before. Oh my, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Stop hitting me with these reality checks, guys. Don't do this to me. At it again, huh, Ace? What's up, Rose? It's always a joy to see you in the stream, Rose. My throat is really hurting. That's why I'm like this right now. Part of me was wondering if Prodigy wanted to talk for this stream so that I would take the pressure off my voice, but he's probably busy. I see him in the call right now. Yo, a $10 super chat? Aaron Gray. Tetsuya Nomura is a great director, but an okay writer at best. The writing for the Kingdom Hearts series has not been the same since Shiji Nojima. The pacing for the series as a whole is just bad at this point. I'll definitely say the pacing for Kingdom Hearts isn't perfect, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the writing. There's a lot of intricacies in the writing of Kingdom Hearts itself. I just don't think people get confused between the writing being good or bad and not personally preferring the execution of it. There's a difference between the two. A good story can still be executed poorly. I think Kingdom Hearts' execution isn't always the best, honestly, but I don't think that the writing in itself is bad. Personally, that's just my kind of enjoyment, though. I can completely see why other people would disagree. What's up, Mike? Gonna be like 80 when we finally come full circle. Nomura's gonna be adding more plot twists game by game. Seriously, having Yozora and Xehanort maybe some kind of connection. Big Hero 6 is still Disney, but it's still licensed under Marvel though. It still counts as a Marvel film. That's what Zelda does better. It's called Zelda, but a boy named Link, and includes so many other notable characters who get real development. Yet Smash Bros. Still doesn't know how to utilize characters. It's a shame. It's a whole travesty. I'm insulted. I'm insulted. I would love Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts. Star Wars is one of my favorite pieces of fiction. Okay, it's going to be the next Final Fantasy where it just keeps going, except it'll be an ongoing story. Let's get it. I was supposed to go to Japan for my 30th, but Corona. Yikes. Dang, I shouldn't have said that word out loud. Oops, there goes the monetization for this stream. Appreciate the donations now, though. Dawn of Fury is the new one coming beginning of 2021. Ah, okay. I'm pretty sure the heroes know about the Book of Prophecies because of Yin Sid. I love how big brain crap and therefore Nomura is riding. I feel it. As timeline isn't hard. Kingdom Hearts used to be 1, right? That one was during Quadratum. This is my head logic. But Final World, right? That's the first world, Quadratum. Y'all are confusing me with these comments, bro. Promise y'all are confusing me. I feel like the story is being executed perfectly. If you think about it as a parallel to Nomura's experience developing the game. Maybe in a large cryptic way, Nomura is preparing us to understand the series will be handed off soon. A lot of it, allegory. Darth Vader's secret super boss would be dope. Bro, I just caught up on chat, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh, I did it. Oh, I did it, guys. I'm not fully sure I agree, Diego. I feel like we don't have enough info. Yes, I play Fire Emblem, Flygon. Really like Fire Emblem. I don't play all the games, but I've played my fair share. Congrats on checking. Congrats on check. Oh my goodness, bro, I can't talk. Congrats on catching up to chat. Thanks, Archer. We get a Star Wars world. I want to see Luke's hand chopped off in Kingdom Hearts engine. That'd be great. We got to see what's his face, Eugene stabbed, so that'd be cool. The key to Kingdom Hearts is Nomura creates a balance between Disney, soft-hearted storylines, and combining Final Fantasy, darker storyline. Let's say they remove Disney and add Star Wars, soft-hearted gone. I mean, Star Wars can be soft-hearted as well. I mean, of course, it has a darker plot line too, but it doesn't have to be overly dark. At the end of the day, it's between a battle between light and darkness. Even in Star Wars, you don't really see that much too dark, heavy themes. Like, look at Zelda. Zelda is still pretty lighthearted, yet the implications of the darker themes are mainly done in the background. And the same thing can be done with Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is very dark when you think of it, you know, from another angle. If you think about it on a surface level, it doesn't seem that bad. But when you really start thinking about the implications of things behind the scene, like the Master of Masters orchestrated a mass genocide of thousands of children. That's pretty freaking dark. But it's only really dark if you think about it, extra for a minute. And you can't say he didn't do that, because he literally did that. The Kirby series is super dark, super cutesy, but then you're always fighting a devil or demon at the end of it. It's crazy. You know what is real? Hold up. Fairy Godmother just got God access to the final world. Like what? I'm telling you, they can break the laws of Kingdom Hearts whenever they want. Could change the whole mission to change the future as we know it. That's why I love it so much. Anyways, will you collaborate with other Kingdom Hearts YouTubers in the future? I already have. I mean, I've only really collaborated with Prodigy. And even though I don't consider myself a Kingdom Hearts YouTuber, I consider myself more of an RPG channel. I just cover a lot of Kingdom Hearts because I know that's what you guys want. But, you know, I would be willing to collaborate with others. If you guys want other people to, you know, who would you guys want me to collaborate with? I know y'all say HMK a lot. Though there are other people, you know, I'm sure you guys watch too. Bro, oh my goodness. Okay, good. Don't I freaking just spilt it. I literally have like a bib right now, trying not to spill anything on this shirt. Bro, let me chill, dude. Oh my goodness, bro. Let me stop trying to spill. I just hit my computer. Ugh. Okay. Collab with Mel. I haven't heard from Mel in a while. Mel is amazing, dude. I wonder how she's doing. Last time I talked to her, I think she was doing some stuff. Let's check on Mel. Let's check. When was the last time she uploaded? It's been 3 months since she's uploaded. I'm not too sure she's still doing stuff right now. She still follows me on Twitter, so. No, she's been retweeting stuff, so I'm not too sure she's active. I know she was moving, so I don't know if she ever got safely moved in and everything. There we go. That'll be a good one, depending on what she's if she's able to. Final Fantasy peasant. He's a big dude. I'd really love to collab with him. I'd love to talk with, pick his brain about how he feels about stuff like Final Fantasy 9. All right, Flagon, you have a good one. Yeah, I'm scrolling through her Twitter right now. Could probably hit her up. If she's not busy right now, I'd put her in the stream right now. I feel that, Diego. I feel that. Probably Yozora is like Sora's unversed. Can't be, because unversed are born from Vanitas specifically. Vanitas can unversed cannot exist without Vanitas. So Yozora being that doesn't really make sense, especially because he kind of got destroyed at the end of KH3. And what would one of Vanitas's creations be doing over there, and and having a whole life over there? So I doubt it. And no unverse has really been that sentient like that, so. Want to see Larxene and Konishi get into a verbal battle? Bruh. Wondering when I should call the stream. I might go live. I might stay live for another 20 minutes. Because I know it's like, oh, what? That's a short stream. But I've been streaming. I'm not gonna lie, I've been streaming a lot since Melody of Memory. I've been streaming a lot. So I might take a step back and rest my voice for the rest of the night or something in the next 20 minutes. Good to streaming. Good to see you streaming again. Just wanted to pop in quick and show my support. I appreciate you, Matthew. Really hope it gets better. I'm tired of feeling strung along with no conclusion. Things keep getting set up, but nothing resolved. At least the things we really want to know. I feel like KH3 answered a lot of questions, and I'm really glad that it did that, but it also introduced some. If Kingdom Hearts 3 left us with no questions, then I would have felt like they don't need to make another game. So I'm glad we got left with more questions than answers. We got answered a whole bunch of stuff, but I still feel it's better to get what we did. All right, Archer, you have a good one. Masters at the end said that would do something. That would be something else. Let me ask. Actually, let's try something. Let's try something. John, you're on stream right now, by the way. I have a question for you. I need you to tell the class. Earlier today, I had a question from a viewer, Panda Rossi. They had said, what about Riku asking Yozora to save Sora? We haven't actually been told when the Yozora-Sora fight takes place. What? What? Oh, they can't hear him. Oh, they can hear now. Okay.
I didn't really say much, so you could just continue.
You didn't, yeah. Okay. They said, what about Riku asking Yozora to save Sora? We haven't actually been told when Yozora-Sora fight takes place, so it could possibly be after Riku has met Yozora already. What do you think of that?
Do you want my theory response or my I don't know. There's two ways I could answer that, because
I need content.
I still think that the ending didn't happen, and I don't think that was an actual event that took place, mostly because of how the ending or how the secret ending ends, because both endings end with Yozora waking up in a car and Sora or Yozora being in the final world. So I feel like that implies that that was either a dream or that neither ending really matters that much. But I do think that Riku telling Yozora to save Sora could be interesting for sure, but there would have to be a reason for it. Like, let's say Riku gets captured, or Riku can't use his Keyblade, which is a potential possibility in that world. Like, what if he comes into that Keyblade and comes into that world and just can't summon his Keyblade? You know, like that's something that realistically could happen. We don't fully know yet. So for that to happen, there has to be a specific like reason for him to even do that, as someone else like to do that, you know, for him. Because like Riku's the type of character where like he probably wouldn't ask someone else to just save Sora. He'd ask for help, but he wouldn't be like, hey, you go save Sora, like, you know, without something happening to him where he can't like do it himself.
I hadn't thought about that. Maybe because I kind of considered that if the fight really did take place there, then if Sora could use his Keyblade, I don't see why Riku wouldn't be able to use his Keyblade too.
Yeah.
But
that's all going off of my assumption that what happened in that secret ending was different, not necessarily quote reality, but it is a fictional world, as Melody of Memory said. So who knows how the laws of that world even works? But Yozora waking up in a car in both endings either is just a big hint towards something, or is implications that neither ending really took place. Yozora losing, Sora winning, just tempted to say the interaction potentially didn't even happen, or the fight at least potentially didn't happen.
as expected from the Prodigy XCD, that was a great response. Had me realizing stuff I ain't even think about.
Hey.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you.
Hope you got driving fun in the stream.
What were you doing? What did I pull you from? Rio playing a fighting game or something?
We were arguing about fighting games, but the argument ended.
Oh, so I saved you.
Yes.
All right, time to send you back. I threw him back in the call. It'd be like that. Much love to Prodigy. That was Prodigy XCD. You guys know. who he is. Don't act like you don't know who Prodigy XCD is. Y'all know who he is. And if not, y'all are probably subscribed to him and don't even realize it. So if not, there is Prodigy's channel. Much love to him for answering my question. Master of Masters is likely a new character we've never actually seen before. I don't know, because like Prodigy was saying, the fight between Sora and Yozora likely didn't actually happen. At least not happen in reality. So I'm not sure his eyes would have something to do with it. Couldn't Luxord have told Yozora to save Sora? That would depend on when was the last time he talked to Yozora. Prodigy is dope. It's the boy. Known him for like 4 years. I think that the bad ending did happen, and that's how Sora's in the city frozen, which is why his voice can't reach the other side. However, they already said that the reason that his voice couldn't reach is because he's in a different dimension. So because he's in unreality is why his voice can't technically reach. There's a piece of Sora that exists within Kairi, which is why Sora was able to be there in the first place, even though it wasn't really Sora. It was more so, I guess, kind of like how Xehanort was, I guess, the Xehanort in Melody of Memory was her fear of Xehanort made manifest within her heart. Just like that Sora that we saw was Sora, her feelings for Sora made manifest as well. Oh yeah, we need to keep Luxord in mind and not let Master of Masters Melody of Memories ending distract us from that. Luxord is still involved in this, for sure. He's likely from the same place as Yozora, so we cannot forget that. 100%. 100%. I think that Master of Masters, which is this person born from Kingdom Hearts Key World, who was born with foresight, had great potential in magic, and was chosen to be a Keyblade Master, and also became a powerful mage. Possibly. But how is Luxord involved? Well, he's involved with Yozora, which thus makes him involved. We don't have enough answer to really go any further than that. Maybe hope Final Fantasy shows up in the next saga because it's going to be a fictional world and stuff. I'd love it. Perfect opportunity. I've seen a theory from Damo where he talks about Sora as acting much like a player does to a video game character. No matter what you do, you can never talk to a video game character. Luxord could have told Yozora to save Sora, then the fight happened later. We don't necessarily know the timeline of events. That's true. The fictional side is the one without Disney worlds. We don't technically know that. I'll tell you right now, Kingdom Hearts will never not have Disney in it. Disney owns Kingdom Hearts. It will never go a game without Disney in it. Promise you. I promise you. But yes, Miles, it's not 100% confirmed, but the voice actor for Luxord did confirm that he did voice the driver in the car where Yozora was at. He did voice him. And if you look at them from behind, they look dang near exactly like Luxord does from behind. So I mean, I'd love to see what they know about Lucid Solidale. Also, by the way, if you guys are enjoying the stream, why not subscribe to the channel? I got a lot of Kingdom Hearts theories and discussions I have planned for you guys, especially because of the last stream yesterday. I was able to get a bunch of content and stuff outlined out, and I stayed up a little bit longer getting that stuff done. It was like 4 a.m. before I really got to bed last night. So if you guys are interested in seeing more Kingdom Hearts theory stuff and everything in a more orchestrated manner, not really in this spontaneous stream kind of thing, then definitely subscribing to the channel will make sure you guys get a lot of nice content to watch. Age of Calamity is coming out as well, so I plan on making some Age of Calamity theory videos and stuff as well for those of you guys that are into Zelda or want to get into Zelda. Zelda is fantastic. I promise you, if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, you'll likely love Zelda from a lore standpoint. Like, I liked Zelda back then. Zelda was never my favorite franchise until like probably 2012. Like, I liked the games, but it was getting into the lore that really solidified it for me as like my favorite. Plot twist, the driver's just prompted with a haircut. But he also had Luxord's voice.
The realism type graphics they use for Yozora and Sora is going to look crazy on next gen. I can't wait, dude. So is Riku going to save Sora? That's what he's attempting to go do. I'm back. My son did not want to go to sleep. It'd be like that, Skeeth. No worries. I'd say beginning of next year, December, we're going to get some major news for Big 3. Final Fantasy 7 Remake 16, Kingdom Hearts greatness. Bro, we're going to get Final Fantasy 16 next year. They've already said it is much further in development than people realize. So I'm very, very excited for that. Especially that's another opportunity to get sponsored by Square. I'd really, really love that. That creates even more opportunities for it. I know with the whole global pandemic thing, they likely can't send us out anywhere, but I plan on making 16 content. I want to kind of go over everything we know about Final Fantasy 16 so far. I want to make a video on that so badly. I was going to do that, but then Melody of Memory came out, and then I wanted to do it right after Melody of Memory. Then Age of Calamity is about to come out, so it's like, dang, 16 is going to be great. We have a lot of info about it. I love Zelda, but I haven't been able to get the games in several years. I completely understand that. Zelda and Age of Calamity is gonna be hype too. I'm telling you, dude, with that stuff the demo showed us, that's gonna be raw. With the time travel crap, dude, it's about to be raw, dude. It's about to be raw. I guess the other side is their alternate version of our world, but it's proper world planet, whereas most Kingdom Hearts worlds are tinier and not proper planet size, it seems. Yeah, China is its own planet, so in that, so if Yozora does fail to save Sora and ask Yozora to do it for him, does that mean that Kairi and company are going to have saved both those guys? Probably. Maybe Kairi can finally do something. I really hope we get a solo Riku game. I want that so bad. I want that. The more was talking about bringing KH games to different genres, it'd probably not happen, but I kind of want a Souls-like KH game. That'd be really cool, Azure J. I love your name by your name. Is it Azure AJ? Azure AJ or Azura J? Your name is cool. Let me know how to pronounce it. Your name is really cool. And Evil Queen Joestar, your name is cool too. Peep the poster in the back. Yoshi P is amazing. Oh, I'm telling you, dude. Would y'all be interested in 14 videos? Based off what y'all tell me, 14 stories like some of the best things Square Enix has ever made. And I'm on a Realm Reborn right now. I'm on that, like I said in the last stream. You know, when you get that loaf of bread and you get that one lame first piece of bread, you know how you skip that piece of bread and go to the second piece? That's exactly what Realm Reborn is right now. I'm trying to get through it. Solo Riku game would be fire. Fire. Do you think the flower related to Kairi's pieces of heart being represented as a flower? Not sure what I'm being asked. Do you think the flower is related to Kairi's pieces of heart being represented as a flower? Probably. Hope we get more party members and a variety of characters types. How did this end up in my hand? Remember at the beginning of the stream, I was looking for this thing to hold my Bluetooth headphones. It's been in my hand. I don't know if it was in my hand the whole time. You're playing 14 right now. I know you play it a lot, Rose. Azura J. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Your name is so cool. Aaron Gray, bring on the solo Riku game. Oh, I need it so bad. Kairi didn't finish her training. No, for the last year after Remind, Kairi has been asleep while the research team at Radiant Garden has been probing her memories. So she hasn't been able to train since before the final battle of KH3. I know I was annoying about it, but I assure you 14 is my favorite Final Fantasy game. I love the world and its characters, especially in the Heavensward expansion, and the music is godlike. I don't know what comes after Realm Reborn. That's Heavensward, right? I hear it's really good. I hear 14 just gets better and better each expansion. But my hair looks so spiky. I love that. Love that. Love that. Love that look. Yes, okay, I'm excited for that. Part of me wants to boot up 14 right now. Honestly, I might end the stream in like the next 4 minutes to do that. I don't know what it is, Evil Queen Joestar. I just really like you being in my chat right now. Maybe it's because I can visually see a JoJo fan in my chat,
It makes me very happy. So you being here means a lot. They love putting people to sleep. I think Nomura is trying to tell us something.
My
Fact.
ideal world draws one
That scared me, but it wasn't visibly visible. Evil Queen Joestar just subscribed. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. You are now a warrior of courage. Bro, I need a new JoJolian chapter, bro. I don't know if y'all watch JoJo like that or read JoJo. I need a new JoJolian chapter, bro. Realm Reborn, Heaven's Sword, Stormblood, and Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers I heard was great, bro. I heard some people cried at the end of that. I feel like the next Kingdom Hearts game would be Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. Would be directed connection to Key and Union Cross. I'd like that. I want to play as Mickey for a whole game. But I feel like all the Mickey Scala stuff is going to be just a movie. Got a weird feeling about it. Kairi also doesn't have power of waking, which is needed to travel to Quadratum, and I assume Riku can't take her along using his own. I'm certain he could take her, but he chose not to because she's not strong enough yet. And he probably isn't confident in himself that he can fully protect her because he doesn't know what's on the other side. I wonder if Kairi will modify her fighting style. She sort of copies Sora's fighting style. I think it'd be pretty cool symbolism if Kairi finds her own style and doesn't have to rely on Sora. I agree. Stella Nox Fleuret. If Stella is the nameless star, Nox as in connects to Nox is Yozora, the Fleuret is the flower connected to Kairi. Just as I thought, clarify my theory. Love JoJo. I'm on Diamond is Unbreakable. I have 15 episodes left. Bro, part 4 is so good, dude. Let me know when you get to part 7. Because they actually said they might not animate anything after part 6 because part 7 and 8 might be very difficult to animate. So read, I'm telling you, by the time you finish part 5, you're gonna want to read part 6 and read part 7. I promise you, that was one of the best decisions I ever made. Steel Ball Run, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 is one of the best pieces of fiction I've ever read. I want to be the next Kingdom Hearts. I'm almost on part 2 of JoJo's. Hey, Misha Awesome. JoJo, what's up, Cody Dragon? I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I can tell. Pretty sure that Deus Ex Machina will be much and easy to get. You gotta be freaking kidding me. It's that easy thing. Just finished reading Stone Ocean. Trey, let me know how you feel. How do you feel after experiencing the ending of Stone Ocean? Don't spoil it for people, but I'm sure you feel in some type of way. Where do you read your JoJo? I can't say that on stream because I completely support the developers and reading the Japanese versions of these manga. I definitely don't go online to manga reading websites like this. I don't go to websites like that or anything like that. I certainly don't. I most certainly just open up a translator and read the physical Japanese versions of these manga. I most certainly don't illegally read fan translations online like every other person in the world. I most certainly don't. Hi, I know nothing about KH. Hey, you're in the right place, Inaviran. Inaviran. Am I saying your name right? Let me know. Man, I have to start JoJo's. I need to get on that. You need to get on that, Moose Wayne. Thank you so much. Thank you, Evil Queen Joestar. Thank you. Would you think Masters is Sora? No. A bunch of reasons why he can't be, as of this moment. I won't be checking that link out. There you go, Big O. Exactly. Exactly. We be doing that. We be with it. We be with it. Let me go to my stream. We have 130 likes on this stream. Much love. Oh, my head hurts. All right, I got a research paper to do, so I'm gonna head out. Y'all catch y'all next time. And it has officially been 3 hours since we streamed, so I'm probably gonna end the stream here. I probably won't be live tomorrow. I know I've been doing the everyday thing, but I probably won't be live tomorrow because I'm not gonna lie, my voice is like shot right now, which means I likely can't record tomorrow. I'll try to drink something hot and rest up to try to get better, but
Zora to wait, hold up. Wait, why can't it be Sora? I don't think it is, but I don't think we have a way of confirming it. Yes, there is a way to confirm it. And it just requires a little bit of digging deep. The main reason why Sora cannot be the Master of Masters is based off right now, what we know of Sora is in order for time travel to actually exist in Kingdom Hearts, unless you're a specific individual like a wizard or something, or a foreteller or the Master of Masters, the only way you can time travel is by leaving your body behind to do it and sending your heart backwards or forward in time to where a version of you is waiting at the destination. Meaning, of course, you can't actually go to a time where you're dead already or you weren't born yet. You can't go to those times specifically. They said that in Birth by Sleep. And the reason for that being the case, the Master of Masters obviously is from the Age of Fairy Tales. And so for Sora to have been the Master of Masters, he would have to go back in time to the Age of Fairy Tales. But because he doesn't exist from back then, meaning how can he even be there? You can't time travel to a time where you don't exist yet. And that's the thing. Unless they say Sora gains the power to time walk to whatever time he wants to, just like the foretellers could, then it's possible. But because as of right now, Sora does not have that power, it cannot be him. It cannot be him. That literally whatever you think of, no matter what similarities you think between the characters, that one point is what keeps him from being the Master of Masters until they solve something. The Master of Masters is the original Keyblade wielder. He is the one who is the master of the ancient wielders of the Keyblade. Got some warm water for your voice. I'm definitely do something. But yeah, that's the primary reason it can't be him. I know people could say, okay, well, Sora can grow up in his current time, become an adult, and then go back in time. But that still wouldn't make sense because there's not a version of him waiting there. Because you say, oh, well, the Master of Masters was there back then, so Sora could just go back in time and a version of him is there. But no, that's a bootstrap paradox. You know, like in Zelda, when in Zelda Ocarina of Time, there's a bootstrap paradox. One of the guys inside the windmill, if you go there as an adult, he says that a song he learned 7 years ago caused his windmill to spin uncontrollably. And he was taught by a little kid 7 years ago. But if you go back in time 7 years, you realize you are actually the kid who taught him it. But because he taught you the song 7 years in the future, that means how can you have learned it from him in the future, yet you learned it from him in the past? That doesn't make any sense. It's a bootstrap paradox because you both learned the song from each other. How does that make sense? Where did the song originally come from? Who originally made the song? That's a bootstrap paradox. It cannot exist. And that is a similar situation as to Sora going back in time to where a version of himself is waiting there, and that version being the Master of Masters, but that can't happen. The Master of Masters is Sora from the future, meaning he had to have originally come there. There had to be a version of him already there to get there. The Master had to get there first, meaning it is impossible for that to happen because that's a bootstrap paradox. Doctor Who, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. It'd be like that. What's up, Sino? I see you retracted your message. I didn't see what it said. Thank you for spending time with us again. Of course, Rose. It's an honor. Thanks for the stream. No problem, Skeet. You think Quadrano will be the new Traverse Town? I'd like it to be. That'd be cool. We need to get Maleficent's secret reports after her involvement in Kingdom Hearts Junior Cross and stuff. That'd be awesome. She needs to just make up and be on their side or something already. Especially since Maleficent in the live action movies is so cool and isn't necessarily a bad guy. What? No way. But yeah, that's basically why Sora can't be the Master of Masters. Not an idea I figured out, but it didn't make sense. It'd be like that. If it can do it, why the heck not? Because there's a different version of, there are exclusions to the rule. We don't actually know how any of the union leaders got to the current point in time. I believe they used the Ark. I believe the Ark took them to the future. That's what I believe. And I think that's the only way. I know people would say, well, did the Ark exist back then? Well, I don't think the Ark is an old invention. So I would believe that if they went to the future, it's because of the Ark. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. But remember, the world of Union Cross is falling apart right now. They're kind of not touching on it right now, but they already show that the world is breaking. Because just because the Keyblade War isn't happening in this timeline doesn't mean this world line doesn't have its own calamity. And it seems like the world is basically breaking apart. So, and it seems like that is probably going to damage their travels of going to the future. And I believe that Marluxia, Elrena, Ephemer, Skuld, Ven, they all end up in relatively different points in time. And that is why Marluxia and Elrena appear to be older than Ventus does in Kingdom Hearts 3 and obviously the rest of the series, because they landed at a further point in time than Ventus did. I really need more Fix of KH theories. Well, you in the right place. You in the right place. And he said it was Azura J. That's such a cool name. That's such a cool name. So I've been having an issue with Quadratum, or at least with Verum Rex. I've probably mentioned before, but I don't like the idea of Verum Rex being a video game in Toy Story. Although don't get me wrong, I'm incredibly excited. I mean, I totally agree. I don't really see the point of making it a video game. I'm hoping Kingdom Hearts isn't a video game in that world, but if they do it, it'll be whatever, because at least it's consistent. If Kingdom Hearts is a video game there, Verum Rex is a video game here, whatever. I hope it's just not a big detail. What KH game do I start with? You can start with Kingdom Hearts, or commonly referred to as Kingdom Hearts 1. If you have a PlayStation 4, just buy the 1.5 plus 2.5 collection, or the Kingdom Hearts All-in-One collection. I believe they sell that on PlayStation 4 also. It comes with every single Kingdom Hearts game, and it lays it out in order. So just start from the left and play forward. You'll literally play them all in order. It's fine, just like that. Oy vey, Union Cross. I love Union Cross. It's got the best story in the series so far. Or at least in years. What about Dex? He kind of just disappeared. No one knows what happened to him. Not sure. Laurium, not Marluxia. Laurium. Yeah. Paradox. An endless paradox. Then would the black box be a specific teleportation device to contact the foretellers to bring them here? Not necessarily. I don't think that they necessarily needed the black box in order to summon them. I believe that's a power that Lucio held on his own. But if the box is something special, then it might have a tie to Quadratum. But that's not my original theory. All-in-One is $150. No, it ain't. KH All-in-One package PS4. What the freak? I'm seeing it for like $45, and you can get that at Walmart, bro. I promise you can get that from Walmart. I've seen it at Walmart, and it is not that much money. Not that much. Not no freaking, look at this, Kingdom Hearts All-in-One package, $29.83 on PlayStation 4 at Walmart. Bro, $29.99 for all those Kingdom Hearts games. It's a steal. It's a steal. What do you think is inside the black box? Should I spoil? I've made a video about one of them, and I kind of talked about the other one in the last stream. I think the most likely thing inside the box is the Master of Masters' heart. which would be a key into making him be able to come into the future. And I believe that the Master of Masters, it depends on how they really course these events. I originally believed that his heart was in the box. That way he could allow himself to come to the future. But now that time walking is kind of introduced, that people who can ignore the rules of time travel and just go wherever they want, I wouldn't be surprised if what's inside the box is really a set of instructions. I haven't made a video on this yet, but I do plan on making a video on it, so y'all are getting an inside scoop. It's a set of instructions for the foretellers. Now that Lucio has basically completed his mission now, and now the foretellers are all back together again, now they can all just say, now what? And now they can open up the box and retrieve the next set of instructions from the Master of Masters, which will likely lead them to Quadratum and all of the other events that will take place throughout the next whole saga. Everything they'll play into for the next phase of Kingdom Hearts is likely written on the instructions left by the Master of Masters. What's up, Umbra? We're doing another stream. Umbra, I feel like I'm falling apart right now. I promise you. I know y'all are giving me crap because I have not gotten no rest, but I really, I meant to stop streaming 15 minutes ago, but y'all know what happens. I can't help but keep talking. Who's your favorite organization member? I'd probably either say Axel, Shion, or Roxas. Probably one of those. Might be Shion just because she's cute. Roxas because he's really cool. Axel because he's really cool. One of those three. They're all like number one for me. Sora meets Riku and Shibuya and they run away together, becoming lifelong waifus. The black box unlocks the power to magically put a baby in Sora's stomach. That is a weird statement. Since he's pregnant, Riku and travel many worlds with powerful root can Sora's pregnancy cravings. Bruh. Zeus, bro. Come on. Yare yare daze. Hold up, let me hit it. Bro, I be practicing my stand rushes, bro. Yare yare daze. Bro, I be doing it, bro. You guys don't know, but when I told y'all and when Prodigy be saying I be acting different in Discord, bro. I be acting different in Discord, bro. I be hitting him with a ora 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 ora. I be hitting them with it, bro. I'm sorry. I just love JoJo's, dude. I don't care how cringy it is, bro. I love JoJo's. Happy day. Happy day. Where do you think Ava is? Probably living life as an elderly woman. Actually, or dead. Because it's been a long time. Please take your health into consideration. Definitely will. I'll definitely be ending soon. Probably next 2 minutes. You should get some sleep. We need more theories from you. I'll definitely get some sleep. I'll probably play Final Fantasy 14 after this in total silence in my room. That's a lie. I'll probably be in a Discord call with Jaden, Yaya, Prodigy. Guys, can you speculate where the Union leaders have been during the entirety of the Kingdom Hearts timeline? They lived in Daybreak Town, training under their masters in their specific Union factions. Around the time the Keyblade War was going to start, they were sent to the Realm of the Unchained from Lady Ava, that she's the one who sent them there. For the rest of that time, they've been inside the Realm of the Unchained, acting as the new Union leaders with their own factions. And based off the events, they're still there in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross right now. Later on, I'm assuming because of the deterioration of the world line itself, they end up needing to leave that world line, as we know they end up doing, because we see Ventus, Marluxia, and Larxene later on in our current world line. So they obviously do end up leaving. I'm assuming because that world line basically collapses on itself, they do end up needing to likely use the Ark to end up leaving that world line. And now they end up living their lives leading up to Marluxia and Larxene joining the organization and being killed by Sora, and then being killed by Sora again. And Ventus being trained by Master Xehanort, but then after his experiment on him that removes Vanitas from his heart, he ends up being trained by Master Ericus, And then he ends up being asleep for 10 years inside Castle Oblivion, and eventually waking up in Kingdom Hearts 3 and reuniting with Sora and his old buddies from Birth by Sleep, and of course Larxene and Marluxia dying again. But because they've died again, they'll now be recompleted. That is everything the Union leaders have done their entire lives. We don't know what happened to Brain and Ephemer, but they likely ended up helping form Scala at Kylum, as Scala was built on top of Daybreak Town. So you guys can catch more of that in my video about the creation of Scala at Kylum. I normally time it right, but I didn't time it right. I didn't time it right. I need to get that that link to that video. If you guys want to see about how I feel Brain and Ephemer created Scala at Kylum, it's right there. You think young Xehanort was a good guy in KH3, so he's telling the truth about Sora's actions. I don't think young Xehanort is a good person. He may be a good person, but he's still done bad things, so I didn't think it mattered. Just know something about Kairi's past. You don't know if there's any two versions of the Worlds With You crew and franchise. You don't know if any crossover between KH and Universe, Worlds With You is happening in Universe. I'm of the opinion Ava was Kairi's grandma. We don't have any evidence to really prove that besides her knowing about those things. But the thing is, the Age of Fairy Tales I don't think is a secret, so... Especially because she didn't specifically call them Keyblade wielders either. So, learning of unreality, I believe Ericus was going to send Ven there. He most certainly was going to kill him. Unless Demyx is the Master of Masters, which he's probably not. Demyx being the Master of Masters is like saying paper is candy. Not true. I definitely agree. Calling it now Master of Masters is going to be Noctis versus for 13. I definitely don't agree. I think Ephemer gets the no-name Keyblade off Luxu. I think Luxu ends up being Ephemer. Actually, I don't want to say that. That kind of takes away. No, I think I mentioned it in that video. I was saying the possibility that Luxu ends up possessing Ephemer one day, because we know that Xehanort and Ericus's master, or at least the no-name Keyblade is hung up in their classroom. You know, when they're playing the chess game, the no-name Keyblade is hung up there, which I'm assuming that's like one of their classrooms or in their school. So it would lead you to believe Master Odin, or their master, has that Keyblade, which would lead me to believe that Luxu is likely possessing that master, or is likely someone nearby. Didn't it more specifically say that if when Sora meets the Worlds With You characters again, they won't be the same ones from Traverse Town? Yes, because there is a difference between that, but the rest is the Worlds With You spoilers. And I will not get into that because spoilers for a game I don't usually cover. But if you guys want more on that specific topic, I can certainly talk more about that. And in fact, I already have in a whole video. That is a great video to watch. That was before Remind came out, obviously, but it doesn't change the fact of that still being highly probable. So I highly recommend that watch if you haven't already. You think Luxu is Bragi? Probably not, but it'd be cool if it was. She will fight, so she's gonna be Kairi's grandma. I hope the Master will be Noctis. The whole Final Fantasy Versus 13 is connected. Even if it takes inspiration from Versus 13, I don't want this next saga or the Virum Rex stuff to be Versus 13. I think we should honestly just put Versus 13 behind us and move on. It doesn't matter if it takes inspiration from it. That's fine. You could take inspiration from Star Wars. It doesn't matter. But as long as they don't make it Versus 13, I don't care. Bro, I need to shave, bro. Y'all got me looking like this on stream. All right, guys. I think my voice is at its limit right now. It hurts to literally breathe right now. I'm going to get something hot to drink. I am going to do something else, whatever. Yes, Star Wars is a big inspiration for Kingdom Hearts.
Widely known fact. The more I've said it in interviews in the past. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end things here for now. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have that bell icon hit. It'll let you know whenever I go live. It'll let you know whenever I upload a video. And you guys have been killing it with the support so much as of late, and I really do appreciate it. All the sharing of the videos and sharing of the streams on social media and all that stuff. We've gained so many subscribers as of late. Square Enix has sponsored us. They're really aware of our community now. And honestly, I feel like we forced them to be known about it. So I'm really glad we were able to do this. So much love for everything you guys have done. I've sent some links during the stream if you guys want to check out those videos that I've sent. Add them to your watch later. Scroll up if you need to. Joe Abrego, thank you so much for subscribing. You're now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst us. Among our ranks. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I'd highly recommend you do so. I like doing behind the scenes stuff on there. So if you guys want some behind the scenes stuff there, it'll be there. And if I plan on doing giveaways, I do it through Twitter. So if you guys want a chance to win, say Melody Memory Early, or even Final Fantasy 16, or in next Kingdom Hearts game, it'd be good to do it there. Good to do it there. The world ends with you too, maybe. Who knows? Also, if you guys want to continue the conversation of theories and anything like that, if you think up something random, don't matter. If you want to talk about whatever random game or anime, JoJo's, anything, the Discord server is right there. You guys can join it right there. But with that, I'm going to end things here. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is KingdomAce, and remember, my warriors of courage, to stay strong, stay beautiful, and to always look skyward. Good night.